coming back and biting you.
Yeah.
That seemed like a funny idea at the time, me posing that up. But Jonathan Ross phoned me up when they first went up and he said, "I've just seen a big poster of a predatory gay."
Yeah, you do look a little bit,
Yeah. Hello. What's your name? Why would you like to sit down here? And then you're in the background. And also, I think the funny thing about having you as a partner, I mean, the only good thing is that you know, you look weird and tall, like too freakishly tall and lanky.
Oh, yeah,
but in that one, no, because your background and you're smiling, you don't look as weird as you do in real life, or as freakishly tall. So it sort of ruins it a little bit for me. Look at Pilkington. Look.
Pilkington, what are you doing?
He's not listening. He's just opening a packet. What are they? McVitie's. See, we should mention them. We get some free ones if anyone at McVitie's are listening, because we're not getting the perks of this.
Nothing. I'd say I'm not getting anything. I really got in this game for the ladies, for the money, for the voiceover work. Certainly, I'm seeing hide and hair of that.
But you're not getting the voiceover work because Jethro's getting all these parts that you might get.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, Rick. Yeah. You were the voice of what? The drink driving campaign? You sound like a man who was run over in a drink drive accident.
Oh,
I mean, you don't drive.
I didn't get any money for that, did I? Oh, did I? I can't remember.
It's like, I mean,
I don't drive, yeah. Well, that's good, I don't drive. No, it said don't drink and drive, so I've chosen just to drink.
At least I can formulate sentences using the English language, and I'm not getting the voiceover work.
The English language of the 14th century.
Well, it's better A, English language, and English language. Rather than whatever kind of Middle England language you speak, the language of the hobbits.
Alright, Carl.
Alright.
See, you're eating a biscuit. I can't believe it. Are you bored with this already? Do you know what? MTV called me last week. They called me again yesterday and said, when can they come down to do they're coming down next Saturday, by the way, to do a little screen test for you. They're gonna sort of just film you with a little camcorder. You said this. They're gonna film you. Are you alright? Do you want to, are you hungry? Do you want to go out and have a meal? I can't believe you're eating while I'm on air.
No one can hear that.
Do you know who I am?
No one can hear
Explain who I am.
Well, that's Ricky Gervais, right? He's made his name on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, he's done any number of corporate gigs, and they pay silly money. So, I mean, this guy's earning, you know, and really earning beyond his talent. Alright? So,
I think I deserve a little bit more than a little mank eating a biscuit while I'm talking.
Rick Gervais?
Yeah.
Have you won a BAFTA?
Yeah, too.
Alright, so,
Yeah.
just a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
Carl,
Well,
what have you won? What have you won?
I got a bronze certificate for doing a full week at school.
That's great.
It was only a bronze.
What's that then? 3.5 days?
And I got me a little Crusaders badge, if you remember.
What's the little Crusaders badge?
The Crusaders badge for the religious club. So
I was at the fella that you went and played. You had to go ping pong ball, so they wanted to talk to you about God.
Yeah.
You got a Crusaders badge, did you?
Yeah, that's why I went. That's why I joined. That's why I joined.
For the badge.
I like the little badge. Did 4 weeks and then packed it in. But we're talking about MTV, right? And I was feeling a bit nervous, wasn't I? About like, you know, the way I look.
Right.
And what have you. And then I watched a bit of Celebrity Big Brother and all the fuss that Mark Owen's getting, and he's not that good looking, is he?
He's very. I want to be Mark Owen's mate. If anyone who knows Mark Owen or Mark Owen's listening, I want to be his mate. I think he's brilliant.
I think he's a nice lad. But what I'm saying is, right, all the girls go mad over him.
Yeah.
And he's not that good looking, is he?
Well, no, he's got. He is in a certain way, isn't he? That sort of non-threatening.
Yeah, but he's not stunning, is he? Do you know what I mean?
No, but no.
Well, what's your definition of a stunning?
Yeah. Who do you like?
Someone who you look at and you go, God, they're good
Which
looking.
bloke do you fancy?
What bloke do you think's attractive then?
So if I was into men,
Yeah.
in fact, you can still say a bloke's a good looker without fancying him.
Who do you think is attractive?
Probably. I mean, it depends what you're looking for.
No, just looks. Just looks.
Different looks as well.
Of course, yeah. Who did you say was attractive? Who did you say was like stunning in your definition?
A good-looking lad.
Yeah.
Good-looking lad. Oh, look at him over there. He's.
Do you find, Robbie Williams? Do you find him attractive?
Boy Next Door. Look.
No. Who do you? Carl, hurry up, because it's we've only got 2 hours.
Probably. I can't think of one offhand. Mark Owen is pretty good looking then, really.
Look, there's not. Just name one bloke that you think's an attractive guy. There must be one bloke that you've either met or that you've, you know, seen in a pub
Who do you
or
think
on a
is attractive?
poster.
Tell you what.
Go on.
Tell you what. Works here. Young Alex Zane.
Alex! Well, we know Alex, then we can fix you up. Oh, I love you, Alex. You got some. Brilliant. I love that. That's like a ride song or something. That's my favourite one.
Ride-ish.
Ride-ish. Feeder. Just the way I'm feeding on XFM 104.9.
Rick, quick question for you.
Go
I'm
on.
thinking, a lot of people maybe are tuning in for the first time because of the advertising campaign.
Sure.
Should we reintroduce Carl again? I know we've done this a few times in the past, but just worried that people are going to not really kind of get the measure of him.
I'm Ricky Gervais. I'm the one off The Office.
Yeah.
Steve Merchant. He's not the one in The Office. He's not Gareth. Some people think he is. He's got a funny, weird West Country accent that actually Mackenzie was affecting for the role. Steve wrote it with me. He's the tall, lanky fella. Carl is our sort of, I say producer, but he's the one that pressed the buttons because I was
Dog's
too.
body.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just because I was too big to run the desk.
Yeah. Too
like
important,
I used to have to do.
Literally too big. You couldn't get it.
Yeah, and then we discovered that, you know, he looked a bit like a boring sort of, alright, yeah, but then when we sort of, you know, poked him with a stick, he came up with, he doesn't realise, but some of the I think, some of the funniest
extraordinary things I've
yeah.
heard.
Say hello, Carl.
Alright.
Yeah,
The classics, I think, so far that have gone straight to the list include: Have you ever used a Y front correctly?
yeah.
Brilliant.
You never see an old person
Eating a Twix.
eating a Twix. These are sort of things.
Extraordinary
He's
things.
back on his campaign to get rid of jellyfish. Why is that, Carl?
Oh, did you see the paper yesterday?
Go on.
There's a jellyfish, right? It's about 15 foot long, about 5 foot wide, and there's a fella swimming next to it, and the paper's going, oh, look at this we've found, there's loads of them in Japan,
Yeah.
and it's because the water's getting hot, so it's making jellyfish really big.
Oh dear. How's the campaign going to get jellyfish get rid of them?
What was your point about jellyfish? They don't do anything.
There's no point, they get in the way,
jellyfish, yeah.
it ruined me holiday,
Uh-huh.
because I got stung by one,
Yeah.
But you think the same thing about Liverpudlians, and we can't just go around, you know, wiping out things that ruin
well,
your
let's do the
holiday.
jellyfish first, and then we'll move on to the scousers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what they do, and I'm trying to look on the internet. I've been busy this week.
You're jellyfish now, not scousers.
Yeah.
You don't know what
I
you
don't know what they do either.
To sort of try and work out what would happen with the sea if it didn't work, because they say like if there's
What?
no.
Whoa. See, this is what we're talking about. Let's do it. People who've listened for the first time, they've got to listen to every word you say. You want to find out what would happen with the sea if it didn't work?
If jellyfish weren't in there, do you know what I mean? Because stuff like coral, apparently the sea would be in a right state if you didn't have any coral
Yeah.
in it. If fish, do you know what I mean? I always worry about how many fish we're sort of eating. Because you go past...
Sorry?
No, do you know, like, you go in Marks and Spencer's or Selfridges...
There's loads of fish in there.
And there's really fancy stuff that you think they've killed that, and it looks good on the counter, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But is anyone going to buy it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a big, like, a shark sat in ice.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, they've got like a lot of fish for
Sure you
sale.
won't go around the Tate Gallery?
No, do you know what I mean? In
I've
Selfridges
never
and-
seen a big shark sat in ice in Selfridges.
They do it, and it's like you go in the morning and you can go back at night, and the same shark sat there, and it's.
So you know it's the same shark, do
It's
you?
the same one.
So, what, same face?
Are you sure he just hasn't lost his mum? And he's just like, he went
Look.
shopping with her Christmas shopping, and he's just like, he's stranded, he don't know where, he's just waiting.
You know I'm right.
I've never seen a shark in Selfridges.
Well, all right, then say maybe that's one day a week, but on other days they'll have like.
Shark Monday. I think, yeah, Selfridges. Today at Selfridges is Shark Monday. Yeah.
No, it's just that.
So your point is that there's all these fish not being eaten,
yeah. So
and
they
they're being killed.
They're taking them out of the sea. No one's eating them.
and you're worried, what, that the sea's going to rise because the more things you take out?
Well, we're just going to run out.
Because the fish drink it, don't they? And that keeps the water level down.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
well, you know what I mean. There's stuff
Was it you
that
who
worries
said
me.
you're worried that, was it you who said that you were worried that, because, you know, there's sponge in the sea,
Yeah.
but if they took it all away...
No.
Was it, is that him?
That's a Stephen Wright
Is
joke.
that Stephen Wright? What
Yeah.
was the joke?
Sponges grow in the sea. That kills me. How deep would it be if they didn't? I love the fact that he confused you with Stephen Wright, who for a living purposely says ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Does that worry you, Carl?
Well, think about that and play a record.
What do you want? What do you want?
I'd love to, a classic, a beautiful song by Simon and Garfunkel, April Come She Will. April Come She Will, Simon and Garfunkel.
That was in the days when they kept songs short.
Short and sweet. What do you think of that, Carl? As a track?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you like that, do you?
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. That's Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington for you.
Introduced.
Coming up on the show, we've got Educating Ricky.
I'm not happy with this.
Oh, really? Because the last few weeks have been genius. What is a drop in quality, is there, of the education of me?
Well, it's just, like I said, I've wasted a lot of time this week searching on the web, right?
You wasted a lot of time searching on the web because you come up with things that aren't true. Why don't you look in books and verified sort of like
The web
journals?
is the new book, though, isn't it?
No,
The
It is, it's a
web
new
is the
library.
new book.
It's a new
going
library.
wrong.
Yeah.
Well, so I've been searching, there's hardly anything. I spoke to you in the week,
Yeah.
about Monday or Tuesday.
What did you say? There's nothing happened this week in the world.
There's nothing going on. There was a new car wash that you can put dogs in.
there was a car wash you can put on.
That's the only thing that's happened in the world.
And that and the jellyfish, and we've covered that. So, so we've got, I've managed to find some bits, but it's not that good. Rockbusters.
Yeah.
Some
Oh, you've
surprises.
really G'd up, so that's coming up, the thing that's not that good.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
forward to that.
Yeah.
Can you just quickly tell us about the car wash with the dog in it?
I don't know what's the
that
story.
didn't make the top three.
I didn't waste that much time on it, to be honest.
What did it
just
say?
said, it just said, you know, how busy are you? Have you got a dog? How about saving some time? There's some car wash out. It's not a car wash, it's dog wash. You take it down there, put your coin in, put your dog in, and it comes out clean. See, there's nothing in it.
Is this called a bath, isn't it?
No, but it's like a machine.
Right.
There's a machine. But we'll, you know, that's why I didn't pick it. So we've got some bits coming up. Rockbusters.
Yeah.
Rick, can I just explain some of the prizes we got here for Rockbusters? Because I just want you to try and picture, if you would, the kind of XFM listener who'd particularly want this collection, of gifts. You've got the best chill out album ever. This is the one, as I said before, that's largely made up of songs you may have heard in adverts.
Sure.
So you've got the Volvo advert on there.
Yeah.
You've got the
Anything for
T-Mobile
phones?
TV
Anything for
advert.
phones?
T-Mobile.
Brilliant.
That's on there. So that's really good. So look forward to that. Yeah, again, just imagine which XFM listener is particularly looking forward to Top of the Morning with Terry Wogan. His 2-disc set there. You've got, it starts with, we've got the Bangles on there, we've got Billy Joel, River of Dreams, Shine On by Mr. Chris de Burgh. So
that's good.
just look forward to that.
Oh dear.
We got the Only Fools and Horses last year's Christmas special. We gave one of those away last week, but still more to shift.
Do I spy a little free
Yes, there's a little
car?
three-wheel trotter independent trading three-wheel car, so that's there as well. So as I say, if you like fairly mediocre comedy,
little Jonathan Ross's face there.
yeah, on the back.
God,
And maybe you also want Jerry Halliwell's Body Yoga DVD, Rick. So
sure.
that is
Yeah,
well
well, that's
for you.
good quality.
And then just a few token XFM kind of things. We've got the Manic Street Preachers DVD and the U2 Best
And
of.
tell me, Steve, how do the lucky listeners win these?
Rick, I'm glad you've asked. What they do is they email in with the answers to Rockbusters, which is a quiz. that
Hold
Mr.
on, though.
Carl
Hold on,
Pilkington
though.
has
How do they email if we don't know the email address?
Rick, again, thanks for asking. Thanks for flagging that up. Ricky.gervais at xfm.co.uk. That'll be coming up shortly. Try and get into the mindset of Carl Pilkington. A lot of people have been trying to email in answers, trying to think through kind of logically,
Sure.
or maybe based on the rules that they've picked up over the
Or
years.
when he says it in a correct clue, they believed him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've just got to think more like a mentalist
Right.
to try and get win.
First of all, right, the prizes that I source every week.
Explain yourself.
What I said to you we're doing between now and Christmas, because it's just a few weeks till Christmas.
Right.
I thought I'd make up sort of family packs
Okay.
that the winner can have something. Say like there's a nice U2 album in there, right?
Yeah.
So the winner might want it, but they can get rid of the Jerry Yoga thing.
They can
say,
give Only Fools Nurses to Uncle.
to the dad.
To the
right?
dad, yeah.
The
I
yoga-
think the mum would love the Terry Wogan.
Yeah. the yoga for your sister,
Right.
Yeah.
and all that.
So that's what you thought through, was it, or was it that there was a load of junk in the office?
Or did
and
you
thought-
scoop them up with 2 arms and it's as much you could carry down the corridor?
Yeah.
A little bit of that. But,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
that's me workings on why you've got all that.
Brilliant, that's
That makes
excellent.
a lot of sense, yeah.
That's covered up.
And me mum sent some more.
What we also needed
Yeah,
there
but
is
he's got a letter from his mum.
My mum did some more Rockbusters for us.
I reckon they're secretly listening, Carl. They've said they're not listening, but I reckon they are. Does that
Well.
worry you?
well, let's play a record and let's hear your mum's Rockbusters.
Bit of Warren G.
Well done, mate, well done.
I
Regulators.
hope Nate's involved.
Regulate
Dog?
any
Yeah.
standard
I hope so, I hope
others too. But you can't be in.
Nirvana, you know you're right, on XFM 104.9. I had to meet the doctor for this fight thing in the week, and it's the one who's off Big Brother. Sandra.
psychiatrist?
Yeah, and but she's a medical doctor and she's sort of big in the boxing sort of world as well. And one of the tests, I had to do a punch test. The other test I had to do was to get in the bod pod. You know,
Really? The same as Fat Swallow?
Yeah, yeah.
And he wiped it down since he was
Yeah, yeah. And I was a little bit nervous. And I
So
looked
what does this do? What exactly does it do?
what it does, you do a displacement sort of calibration with a known volume.
Alright, just bear in mind that Carl's listening, so if you want to explain that in...
What it does, Carl, is it works out your density.
Okay,
Right,
again.
through displacement, it knows how much what your volume is for the air displaced, right, in this thing, and
In layman's terms, what does it tell you?
Would it work?
It tells you. Well, it knows. It knows what muscle weighs. It knows what fat weighs. It knows your average density of your skeleton, what height you're having. So it works out from your volume and your density. It can work out, therefore, probably what percentage of that is muscle, fat, bone, etc.
What if you put in one of those?
Oh God.
Oh, go on then.
No, go on. What were you going to ask?
What would it do if you put in one of those pug dogs?
You put one of those, what?
What do you mean? What would it do?
What, like on Ricky's lap?
No. What do you?
Do you know those dogs that are all wrinkling, have got too much skin for the skeleton?
Yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
like caving in and folding over.
Yeah.
Would the machine go, well, we know what you are, so it's alright? Or would it say, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like last week when you were looking
Why
at
do
me
you
about...
why do you want to confuse machines? Do you remember when he put in Y to a computer search engine to try and confuse it? I love the fact I want the computer to come back. Why not? And your head explode. I mean, I love the idea that you're trying to. What? I mean,
It's better than what I thought you were going to say, which is, what if you put a fly in there?
Well, I heard about
half
that.
man,
And
half
they don't
fly.
let fly in, yeah. But anyway.
So anyway, what percentage of you is muscle and what percentage of you is fat?
I'm 25% fat.
25% fat.
Yeah.
Now what's Rick
And
Waller? He was like
most of
90%,
me is
wasn't
muscle. Bone density and that. Rick Waller was 60% fat, which I've looked into it, and apparently is exactly the same as a pork scratching.
he? Wow, that's extraordinary.
So he is
Yeah.
the equivalent of a 30-stone
Yeah, a
pork
giant pork scratching.
Yeah.
So is 20% fat, is that good or bad?
No, 20%'s alright, 25's over.
Right.
Men, healthy, fit, lean men, about 18, 20, I'm 25.
So you're a healthy, fit lean man?
No, 18, I'm 25.
Oh, you're 25?
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
so
right.
I'm 5%,
Yeah.
over. And a boxer that is in peak, you know, with the, basically, you've seen the ones, they just look, you know, like Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
they're 8%.
8%, wow.
fat. So,
Is that
I mean,
good for you?
well, I don't think it's that bad for you. I mean, you know, you need a bit of
Didn't
fat.
Bruce Lee supposedly, I mean, there's so many rumours, I'm sure you're fascinated by them, Carl, conspiracy theories surrounding Bruce Lee's death.
Yeah.
One of which is that his body was, it's at the peak of physical perfection. He had an aspirin because of a headache, and it reacted with his, because just the impurities in the aspirin killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I love
nodding.
it,
You're nodding.
because it's sort of like quite interesting and a bit weird.
Yeah,
He'll have
yes,
that.
that's fact.
He'll have
Well,
I'll
are you
have that.
aware of the fact that supposedly he actually cheated death, he actually faked his own death so he could work undercover for the Hong Kong police? Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Do you believe that as well? Not so convinced.
Don't know.
Do you believe he could kill a man by putting all his energy into a trembling hand and touching him and every blood vessel burst?
Well, it's just another form of trickery, innit? I mean, you met up with Darren, didn't you? Old
No, with Darren Brown, yeah.
Darren Brown.
Yeah, he's incredible. Yeah, he's probably the Britain's best illusionist, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah.
I'll talk
You can
about
put that on a
later.
poster if you want.
Tell you
Yeah.
what though, right? Changing the subject a bit.
Go
we were
on.
talking about a fly getting in that pod.
Yeah.
read in the week when I was searching for stuff to educate, you know, the Educate Ricky section, which we will be
Do you want to
ditching.
answer that phone, because it's annoying me? Who's phoning?
I don't know, it's obviously someone who doesn't know that you're talking at the moment, so leave it.
Let him finish your point, let him finish
It
your
could be,
Leave it.
it could be the head of...
Leave it.
Yeah, go on.
Could be the head of XFM?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so scared.
No,
We must
no, I won't be
embarrassed.
embarrassing him, I going, don't call me when I'm working.
Nice, we're up, fighting
Yeah,
against the machine, high
yeah,
five.
yeah.
Raging against the machine.
So anyway, yeah, right, we were talking about flies getting in a pod. And do you know, like, how, a Barbie doll, if it was real, it wouldn't be able to work? Do you know what I mean? A Barbie doll, if a woman had the...
Proportions.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to tie her shoelaces up and stuff, because her legs are too long for her back and all that. Flies, scientists can't work out how they fly.
It's a bee.
It's a bee. It's a bee, not a fly.
No, a fly as well.
No.
A fly is, apparently its body is like too big for its wings, and they still can't work it out.
Yeah.
How it flies.
Which in your mind says what? Something spooky going on?
They have worked out that it's the fact that what they do, the wing actually beats a ridiculous about 150 times a second, so it displaces air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have
I know
it,
what you
yeah.
mean. I know what you mean. It's incredible that it can fly because it's got such small wings.
Yeah. Alright.
And it's a bee, not a fly.
Yeah, but other than that, good point.
Bowie.
Another classic. Be My Wife off the Low album. David Bowie.
David Bowie. It's a cracker.
Be My Wife off Low.
Very good indeed.
Yeah.
Rick, you know my frustration with the homeless?
Yeah.
You know they wind me up. Walking through Soho last night, I saw a homeless fella reading a book.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this, if he's got the wherewithal to read a book,
Yeah.
right, he's obviously, you know, he wants to keep himself occupied, his mind educated.
Yeah.
My point is, why not, instead of reading a book, have a quick look through the job vacancies section of the Evening Standard, or maybe just take the time to fill in some kind of application form for, you know, maybe, you know,
So
a job or
what you're
something like that.
confusing there was is the ability to read with the ability to house yourself.
Well, no, because what I'm saying is, it seems to me he's obviously got a certain, you know, grasp psychologically of, you know, his where
They're
he's
not
got
mental people who haven't got
Well,
houses.
a lot of them are, Rick. I've
Well,
seen
a
them
lot of them
dancing and shouting and screaming, you know, and pissing in doorways and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
going
yeah. You're
crazy.
confusing homelessness with trampiness.
Well, again, you know,
Some
Rick,
people just have
listen,
left home and they haven't got a...
Gervais, I'm not a sociologist.
No.
Sorry if I can't spot all the clever distinctions that
Yeah.
trained experts such as yourself can.
Well-
all I know is there was a fella reading a book.
Well, you know the ones that have got beards and
Right.
sing little tunes and they
They're my
smell of
favourite.
piss.
They're my favourite. They are
Right?
brilliant.
Yeah,
They are
and
funny.
they're drinking special brew.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning. That's an alcoholic tramp.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
You know
They're
the ones that sit with a dog or sell big issue. They just haven't got their own place.
Right.
Do you see?
Okay. Well, again, I mean, because it is tricky finding a place, I know, because I had to move house recently, and it's a nightmare. I had to get, like, estate agents on it, and I had to go and see a load of places, and I was doing a job as well, you know, I still managed to fit it in. This guy's just lounging around on the street,
Yeah.
so I'm surprised
He should be able
can't
to find
the time-
loads of places to live.
I'm surprised he can't find the time to visit a couple of different residences.
Yeah.
Because there's some pretty cheap ones, you know, if you go kind of a bit farther out of London. Maybe it's because he wants to live in the Soho area, and frankly, it's
What I'm
expensive.
confused about is the number of homeless people that recognise me and say they'd enjoy The Office. They've got to be watching it through Dixon's window.
I think that's probably demographic that's sort of hung over from some of your previous TV work.
The 11 o'clock show.
Yeah, you know, or stuff like that.
The
or,
ones that used to
the
slip
track
by
out.
to
Yeah, exactly.
Tramps and the French for me.
Exactly, yeah. Some of the winners.
sure.
Or maybe sort of people who watched, you know, have watched the show and then have fallen on hard times since then, I don't know. Unless it's not necessarily linked. I mean,
No, I
possibly.
wouldn't have thought so. Carl's lost in this conversation. Carl, we boring you then?
No, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit tight, innit?
What?
Because it's like, I sometimes think it could have been me when I see homeless people and that.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, I nearly killed a man once. It could have totally changed my life.
Whoa,
You want to slow down there. Just want to back up for a second. Just back
Right.
up for a second.
No,
You
like,
killed a
like,
man.
like that time when I was in Wales, right, and I picked up a big piece of slate and chucked it off the cliff,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
and it nearly hit a fella.
Yeah.
Right, in that split second, if he would have decided to sort of go and pick up a shell that was closer to the sea, it could have hit him,
Yeah.
and it would have killed him, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sat here today.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, it's just all about luck, innit?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, Don't know, that's about it, really. That's
That's the point. That's the political.
What's the
sociological
point again? That you're there for the
Well,
grace
it's
of God
just-
to die?
Yeah, no, he's saying, you know, you should count our blessings because, you know, anything can happen.
Yeah,
You never
sure.
know what's around the corner.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
what I
if
was
Carl
gonna
hadn't
say.
met us, he'd still be in that little room making jingles. Now, he is a respected household name.
Do you think he packed the book before he left home to become homeless? He thought, well, I need the clothes, I'm gonna need the cigarettes, I'm gonna need the dog and the piece of string, and I probably gonna need some reading literature as well, because I'm gonna get pretty bored, like just sitting in the street
Yeah.
begging all day.
Maybe it's
So
one of
maybe
those-
I should take. I want
Or-
to catch up on some of the stuff I haven't read. You know.
Or maybe it's one of those themed holidays. You know those trendy middle-class people?
Right.
They go on, like, the adventure holidays and danger holidays. Maybe the latest one, amongst sort of, like, yuppie types,
Yeah.
is homeless holidays.
Exactly, yeah.
They pay, like, £10,000.
Exactly.
And they really
They get a
the
little area of
experience.
sort of the streets of
And
Soho.
people come up to them and abuse them.
Yeah.
They're all paid. They're all actors.
Yeah. They get beaten up at night when they're sleeping under a bridge.
They you know, they get to try a really safe sort of form of heroin.
Sure. yeah. That
they-
sounds brilliant. Now that's worth marketing.
Themed
Rick.
holidays.
Themed holidays like that. You could have homeless.
Yeah.
You could have like rent boy holidays. Find out what it's like to be a rent boy for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then they have to
And make a little bit of money on the
They
side.
have to wean them off it.
Exactly.
At the end, they go, no, don't keep sucking it.
You can stop
You're finished now. You're bank manager again. I've just got the taste for it, to be honest.
Can that happen? No, it's worth knowing if that is a possibility.
Carl's worried. What? We haven't said anything.
What's anything? We're just
We
talking
haven't
about
said
possible
anything
holidays for
wrong,
people to
Carl.
have.
There's be no complaints. We haven't said anything. The word suck, as far as I can work out. No, it's not a banned word on the radio.
Is it Rockbusters time?
Okay. Yeah, Rockbusters.
Well, let's play a tune and we'll come back with Rockbusters.
What do you want
Are we
with
going to hear your mum's before we have
Best
yours?
holiday I've ever had.
I'll get a taste for it. That's a new American band called My Morning Jacket from the Sweat Bees EP. That's called Lowdown.
Like that.
Yeah, nice.
It's good, yeah. I brought in some adverts, my favourite adverts to play.
Really?
Yeah, they're all new ones as well.
We got those now?
Can
we hear them?
Do you want to do them now or keep them listening to
do it.
them later?
No, do them now.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, they are good.
Ready? XFM.
XFM indeed, Steve.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just fiddling around here.
What are you looking at?
Well, I'm just looking at some of the emails, and if I can find it, I've got an absolute treat from you.
Go on.
Dickie Anderson.
Is he,
Anders, he's emailed in again.
Richard Anderson, our biggest fan.
Biggest fan. He said, Dear Ricky, sorry for not tuning in recently, only I've been busy watching a puddle evaporate. Glad to hear you haven't tinkered with the show's winning formula by trying to introduce any quality into it. That's from Richard Anderson. So good to have Dickie Anderson listening again. Because he just keeps us on our toes, you know.
Yeah.
And good work, Rich. Thanks for that.
I wonder what he looks like.
Dickie Anderson, he's a good-looking guy. For some reason, I've always imagined him as being slightly older, with maybe a beard.
Oh no,
You know
I
what I
think,
mean? Like
I
a
think
kind
of
of-
him. I think of him sort of cords and now and sweater.
Definitely chorus.
I think he looks like maybe the Proclaimers.
Yeah, but
Right.
again, with a beard or at least a moustache.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm seeing some kind of facial
And
hair.
he's sort of like he likes the Cure and the Swiss Nut, but he snarls at everything. He thinks everything's puerile.
Yeah.
I bet he prefers Radio 5.
Do you think Radio 5?
Yeah. 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
4.
I bet he's a real music snob as well. I bet there's certain bands, it's like rubbish. The Blazing Squad, rubbish. All pop music, rubbish. Britney Spears, rubbish.
Is this defamation of character?
He slagged you off enough times, Rick, and the show. I don't know. if
I'm
that's
only
sort
saying it's my opinion. I
Exactly.
imagine. So
Yeah, I mean,
you
we
know.
don't know. I mean, you know, you could be a lovely guy.
To be honest, I'm getting to like him.
What I like about Richard is he's willing to say what he thinks.
Well, it's not. It's more than that.
He's a bit like Eminem.
No, it's not. No, it's more than that. He actually hits on the truth too often
Yeah.
for my liking.
Yeah, well,
I mean, this is a shoddy show with very, very little to offer.
You got to remember though, it is a bronze-winning show. We did win a bronze award at the Sonys last year. One of the most coveted of the awards.
Yeah, yeah.
bronze.
In my opinion, the bronze is slightly better than the gold.
Well, a lot of people don't win the bronze, Rick. You got to remember that there's not many people who
you see,
win the bronze.
gold is, gold's got no intrinsic value. It's just a currency, and in my opinion, bronze is better
yeah.
in a way. Carl, Rockbusters, Carl.
Yeah, no,
Listen.
we did get a bronze, but this year we introduced Rockbusters. Things will be changing. So,
Hey, we didn't introduce Rockbusters, Carl. Please don't tar us with that brush.
Yeah,
You introduced
and also,
it.
do you remember the show that got that bronze? Was the show with the complaint that was upheld by the radio authority?
Was it really?
Yeah, the show that got the award and was nominated was the one with the only upheld complaint we've ever had.
Do you think if we hadn't discussed that particular subject for quite as long, we could have got the silver?
I think it was the mention of, and I say this meaning male birds, of all the cocks.
Right.
Yeah. But do you think the Sony committee was going, I enjoyed the show, if they hadn't mentioned cocks, meaning birds,
Yeah, V-birds, yeah.
I'd have given it the silver.
Yeah.
So,
Carl getting nervous.
Rockbusters then.
Yep.
Chance to win all that stuff Steve was talking about before. We give initials and a cryptic clue, and it's a band, and there's 3 of them, and you email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah.
Right? Do you want some of your mums?
Well, I think before you give us your own, we should hear your mum's, just to sort of set the tone and for
Well,
people
she
to get their heads around the whole
She
idea.
sent some more, they're still not that up to scratch. First one, this group are nice on toast.
Marmalade?
Jam.
Yeah.
Which one?
Jam.
Okay. Marmalade would have worked.
Marmo's just as good, yeah.
This man liked his wine.
This man liked his wine.
Dean Martin.
So no cryptic clue, just a man who drinks.
Yeah. But like, isn't there like a myriad
I was thinking
who
of-
like booze?
I love that. He liked his wine!
I don't think anyone would have ever got that.
That's fantastic! This man liked his wine, Dean Martin. This man liked his golf. Oh, clubby chip face. No, Bunker Smith. Bing Crosby, yeah. He liked his golf. Yeah, that's genius. This man liked his wine.
Just a couple more. Hope you're not speeding when you meet these. The police.
Oh, it's great.
And,
Oh.
is there any other ones? Sounds like these lads work for the hospital.
The porters.
Say that again?
It sounds like these lads work for the hospital. Jerry and the pacemakers.
Right.
So we'll
Carl, I have to say, if there was ever, in the future, any doubt that you were your mother's son, that would pay that. Believe me, you are a chip off the old block.
Well, let's so we have a little record and then educating Ricky and Rockbusters. When the show really starts.
Of the prizes. Jerry Halliwell's yoga video, DVD, I think it's the latest one in that particular series. So if you've already worked yourself up to, you know, you're looking pretty good, but just a little bit of flab maybe around the arse or breast area, then Jerry can help you right there.
Yeah.
We got Only Fools and Horses, this is the Christmas special from last year. Jonathan Ross was giving that one on his morning show this morning. I don't know if they're just trying to get rid of him. Top of the morning to you from Terry Wogan, that's his 2-disc CD.
I'm sure they were giving that away as
You've
well.
got the likes of Love Theme from Top Gun, obviously Take My Breath Away by Berlin, that's on there. What else we got? We got The Pretenders, you mentioned them earlier. Alison Moyet's on there. Annie Lennox featuring Paul
I
Simon.
still call her Alf.
Loaf is on there. I'm talking of the meat variety.
Oh.
Obviously. Miss Tina Turner on Silent Wings. There's an incredible selection there, perfect for say mum or a deaf aunt. That's the Manic Street Preachers Greatest
How's
Hits
your
DVD.
aunt? Anyway, how's your aunt? The one who farted for 5 minutes, Carl.
Also got the U2
It's not been that well.
What's up with her?
The best chill out album ever.
is she alright?
Yeah, she'll be alright.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so that's the prizes up for grabs.
So we were having 2 conversations there. I think we're a little bit too relaxed in this show.
Sure.
I mean, people tuning in will just think, do those 3 people know they're going out live? Or is that a conversation, like, between the records? It's... Do you know what I mean?
It probably sounds like, the record is playing. We think the record's playing and we're just chatting.
Oh dear, what we got, Carl? What we got? Carl.
One opportunity.
Carl, come on.
Seize everything you ever wanted. One moment. Did you capture it? Or just let it
Eminem, Lose Yourself. Back on form now.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a good tune.
Good. On XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant. Carl Pilkington, more importantly. Carl, come on then.
Right.
I need some education.
No, it's Rockbusters.
I need education. I need some
I know you're
education.
but we've promised some Rockbusters.
Educating Ricky, I will be ditching before Christmas.
Why?
It will be going.
Why? Because there's nothing out there.
It's just struggling. I was thinking on the way in today, I can either do doing something more with Steve, because we've done like the Ricky angle. Either we can do
Educating Steve.
no, either like a bit of a call my bluff type thing, but it's like a con merchant, and I have to like trick you.
Okay.
Con
Right, so I'm
merchant,
the
I like
con
it.
and you're the merchant. And then, I was thinking something that you just do some work, and you have a moan for a bit, and that's a bit, that's like a wine merchant, that you just like whine on about something.
Again,
The pun comes first with you, doesn't it?
You've worked out that first.
Yeah.
That's like, I
Okay.
told you I've come up with a couple of sitcoms for me.
Go on.
One is I've got an imaginary navy called Merchant's Navy.
Yeah.
I've got a navy. And the premise is I've got a navy. And another one is I live in...
And that's as far as he's got as well.
Yeah, that's all I come up with. If you've got any ideas there, Carl,
Yeah.
that'd be much appreciated. Another one is I live in quite a salubrious part of North London, and that's called Merchant of Little Venice. And I live in Little Venice. Again, I don't know what happens. But any ideas, Carl? You know,
I've got one when I play an Italian waiter, and it's called Shut Up a Gervais.
Yep.
That's
So
pretty good.
that's the one we're working on there, actually, to follow up with The Office.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do something with that.
Yep.
But at the moment, we've got Rockbusters.
Okay.
So, these are mine. Number 1, you've been dunking that for too long. That's LB. Right, so...
Oh god, that's too easy. That's
But
too
I
easy.
always tease them, don't I? Give them something to make them feel like they're going to win something, and then I hit them hard with a tricky one.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah, go on.
So, the first one, so that's the cryptic clue for a band or an artist. Their initials are LB, and
Yeah.
the cryptic clue, you've been dunking that for too long.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. Second one, you won't be able to play that game in this pub, because the table ain't big enough. Right? Could be an old artist, could be a new one, could be a band.
What's the initials?
FD. Alright? FD. You won't be able to play that game in this pub, the table ain't big enough. And the final one, well, I've had a rubbish day, so I'm happy it's over. Right? That's the third cryptic clue, the initials being GK. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I've had a rubbish day, so I'm happy it's over. They're the 3 clues. All you gotta do is email in ricky.gervais.
That's great. That's genius.
Which one?
The last one.
Alright?
That is
Don't say any-
genius.
don't say
That's the
anything.
best one you've ever done.
Alright? Ricky.gervais.
That's great. And then the middle one.
.co.uk.
Okay.
Email in them 3 answers, you win the stuff. We have still got Educating Ricky.
Go on, let's have one. Let's have one.
No,
Just
I'll give you the titles.
give me titles. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Right, you've got 3 bits of info that's gone on in the world, or
possibly.
sort of information.
Older times. Never go further back than the 17th century, do we?
Well, no, let's make it clearer. There's 3 bits of information that people have put on the net. Whether or not they're true, different issue.
And that he still gets it a little bit wrong in
Oh,
translation,
always, yeah.
and sort of adds bits to it. Yeah, go on.
Right, so we've got
I love it when he plays out those historical dialogues. You know, it's
Yeah.
like the 15th century where he goes, so anyway, a bloke says to himself, I'll tell you what I'll do.
So the horse isn't happy. Yeah, go on.
Right, so the 3 that you've got to pick from, you've got get your kit on, we're off down the butchers.
Yeah, let's get your kit on. We're off down the butchers. Yeah.
We've got wash up with you.
Wash up with you.
Up with you. Ah, yeah.
And the last one I couldn't really think of a good title for, so it's just why don't they just get a diary or some paper or something?
Oh, play a record.
We've got to make this into a book. This has got to be a book next to Christmas.
God.
Chapter headings.
Oasis, Live Forever on XFM 104.9. Right, we're in the swing of things. It's mine and Steve's favourite bit of the whole show. This is what we do this show for now. Educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Go for it, Carl.
Who said that learning can't be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for the one. What's the one about the butcher going down the butcher shop?
You've got get your kit on, we're off down the butchers.
Yeah.
You going for that one?
Yeah.
Well, do you know the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, well, don't give away a secret.
Right. Well, do you know how it came about?
No.
Yeah. Ages ago. Before like,
Ages ago. 17th century?
yeah, before like
Yeah. 17's good. Yeah.
before like, you know, proper butchers and Dewhursts and supermarkets and that, you used to get these blokes who sold meat, right?
Butchers they were called then, I think.
Yeah, but the difference was they didn't stay in the same place, they moved about, right? So they'd turn up on a street corner,
Right.
and he'd have like loads of carrier bags of like...
Carrying the bags?
yeah, with with meat in and that, and people would
Plastic
be
carry bags.
Yeah, with
whatever.
mobile butcher on them.
Yeah.
right, so
And an email address.
Yeah, go on.
people went, right, yeah, I need some meat, right, so they'd go up to this bloke and say, what have you got? And he'd say, well, I've got a you can have a bag full of pig, or you can have whatever, a bag full of chicken, whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd go, yeah, how much? They go, well, call it a fiver, whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd buy them, and to make more money, they didn't always fill the bag with what they said was in it,
Oh, I thought that might be the case.
right? So what
Did
they
they
used
ever
to
put
do,
cats in there?
yeah,
But I don't see what.
Okay, so sometimes they would put a cat in the bag
They'd put a
and
cat
pretend
in
it
the
was
bag.
chicken or whatever else.
yeah. So
Why was a cat any cheaper than a chicken?
because cats are wandering around the streets, aren't they? Chickens aren't. So they'd get a chicken, they put a chicken on the top so that when they look in it, they'd go, yeah, that's alright. Got a bag full of chicken. They'd get home to make the dinner, and they'd be like, what are we having tonight? And they'd go, well, you'll never guess. And they'd have like, well, you can have a chicken leg, and,
But
we've
it wouldn't be, it would be a
we've got-
cat. They'd have to defrost a pizza.
Yeah,
Did they mind that they were eating cat then? In those days?
he didn't say. It just was out there saying, don't let the cat out of the bag. It's like, if they see that, they're going to go mad.
I'm mildly disappointed with this story. It's all right if it's true, but there's something about it. It's just. I want to know more. He always leaves it. Is it Carl doesn't quench your thirst for knowledge? He creates more. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, yeah, he's like the pot noodle of information.
Yeah, do you know? He never. I want to go.
I'm not nourished by it.
It's if for every fact he tells me, there's 10 others that
Yeah.
spring up that I
Yeah.
have to get clear.
Well, so it was the people that were doing this. It was the dodgy butchers that coined this phrase. Were they saying to each other, "Don't let the cat out of the bag"? I.e., what I mean by that, Jack, is don't let them see the cat.
Yeah.
What we've
yeah,
stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Dodgy butcher. That's another phrase, isn't it?
So that's the first one.
Is that a euphemism or is that
Yeah.
dodgy butcher?
As his meat delivered round the back.
Sure.
So that's that one. So let's get your kit on.
What does
Rob,
that
then.
mean?
It's a euphemism for homosexuality.
Okay. And meat, presumably, in that means different things.
It doesn't. It's a word that is also a male
Would it
bird.
mean chicken or cat, necessarily, in that context? Or, well, I suppose it could.
Yeah. Carl's look at him. Carl looks at you like a cat.
Yeah.
Whenever we leave him behind, if we don't talk like straight at him and let him see our lips moving, and it's monosyllabic and very slow. Look, he's lost in that conversation there. He just drifted off, didn't you, Carl?
No, I just was also thinking on animals and that. Something else I was going to use
Go on.
was
This isn't a radio show, is it? I just suddenly caught myself. This is
I told you
nothing.
that before. It's been bad today.
No, but I mean, it's the way, this casual way that it's like we almost have no regard for our listener. And I'm not proud of that. I just don't know what to do about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to do this properly. I mean, we're just chatting here. I mean, it's only Anderson who's seen through us. And that surprises me, that more people haven't. I mean, what are the figures like? Do people listen to this show?
I'll find out for you.
You keep saying that.
But yeah, there's this parrot, and apparently it lives.
I mean, Rick, it's unique, if nothing else. I mean, when you wake up with Woken tomorrow, you're not even going to hear him start a line with "There was this parrot."
Go on, there was this parrot, yeah, go on.
and it can talk and that. Someone's obviously, taught it out how to speak and that, and it flew away, and it's living in this church, right? And people are at the church doing hymns and that, and then
Trouble's brewing.
in between the
If that
hymns.
parrot was owned by an old miner who used to swear a lot,
Yeah.
Well,
then the vicar
Good
is
luck
going
with
to be really annoyed. That vicar,
Yeah.
that vicar's going to go on.
I just hope he stays quiet, Rick, during the vicar's sermons.
Yeah, go on.
have you read it?
No, go on. You read it.
No,
go on,
no,
go on.
'cause that's what happens.
Go
right?
on, tell us, Carl.
During the hymns, it's sort of effing and jeffing and stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone's like going, oh, it's quite funny, really. It doesn't know what it's doing. Everyone's having a laugh.
Yeah.
But it's causing a havoc at funerals.
When did this happen?
Not years ago.
John was a much loved man. He was a wanker.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was another
What
story.
can
that
you say about Uncle John?
Bollocks.
Oh God, I love the fact that when you look at things, you go, that's interesting. A parrot swears at funerals.
That would be amazing.
And it stays with you. You see, for a simple man, you retain an awful lot of knowledge. It's just all rubbish.
It's all
Do you know
useless.
what I mean? If you just replaced all this rubbish with good stuff, you'd be an intellectual.
Yeah.
Really. Because, I mean, your attention is fantastic.
So,
Did I lose you again there, did I?
So
Was it the word retention?
we've still got Wash Up With You.
yeah. Should we play a record and do Wash Up With You?
Yeah, we'll play a bit of Aqualung then.
Alright, that's Aqualung. Good time's gonna come, innit? Right, Carl, come on in, educating Ricky. So, don't let the cat out of the bag, that's where that comes from. Comes from a crafty butcher. Right, go on then.
So the next little headline is Wash Up With You.
Wash Up With You, go on.
You want to know about that?
Yes.
It's a survey that they did. This week.
They?
Yeah, some university did some survey,
Brilliant.
did a world test on washing up,
Yeah.
and each country were given 140 pots to clean. Brits were the quickest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey were the slowest at washing up.
The Turks.
It's not because the little fellas that work in the kitchens with no... Is it?
They can't reach.
Spain were the cleanest, and the Germans were pretty good as well. So
I don't know where to start with this. Honestly, Steve, I don't know where to start with that. Look at his
told you,
face.
it was really light, right? We've had the parrot, right? These are things that I found. Found the parrot, right? I've told you about the dog in the car wash.
Right, you didn't tell me about that. You said there's a car wash for a dog. That's what you told me.
Yeah,
The
but
parrot, you said there's a parrot. What? It's a problem at funerals.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Do you understand?
And
They used to eat cats.
what else have we got? There's an elephant in India with sore feet.
Why?
There's an elephant in India with sore feet.
No, I'm interested. Why?
Tap dancing.
Why?
I didn't know that
He's
much
trying to
about it.
break Roy Castle's record. He's still going.
Go on. What is it? What is it? Think.
It's an elephant, and it was really old. It was about 76.
Right.
And it had sore feet because it's old, and
They
the-
don't make stair
and
lifts
the
that
roads
big, do they?
roads are bad and that.
Yeah, go
so they said, what we're going to do? And the town was like, oh, you know, we're used to seeing it around, it's part of the thing, you know, we don't want it to have sore feet. So they got some slippers made for it. And it had like a picture of the elephant looking happy wearing some slippers.
I love him! I love Carl, his world! Think of it, where did you see this picture?
That was on the internet.
Right.
That's a lesson though for any elephants listening. You know, don't wear stilettos to work every day
No.
because it can do your feet in.
So that
But
it's
don't elephants have really bad memories?
no, they're really good
memories.
memories.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good then. No, I just thought they'd forget where they put them. I thought there was something about elephants having bad memories and that.
It goes on, where's my slippers?
Yeah.
I'm sure I left them by the test.
So sorry, there's an elephant walking around wearing slippers.
Yeah, that's in
What kind
India.
of slippers? Those sort of old man ones with the sort of checkers.
well, round
design.
ones, I imagine.
Yeah.
Big round ones.
There was that going on.
And is it happening? Is it happier? I mean, does it feel
No,
more
it
satisfying?
looked it.
Did it look? How can you tell for elephants, please?
What else is there? There was a woman who's had a breast insured for 150 grand.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Any
it's
more
what?
information there?
What? Third party fire and theft?
Don't know, it just had a picture of her with them, like, you know, out. And I just thought, yeah, you should get them covered.
He's done another real joke!
Brilliant, that's a proper joke.
He's done, look at his little face, he smiles.
I'd like to see you on one of the sort of TV panel games. If they could bring back sort of celebrity squares, I think it'd be amazing as the centre square.
Oh, that would be
Wouldn't that be
incredible.
extraordinary? Or on that countdown in Dictionary Corner.
I imagine him in Dictionary
Well, I'd
Corner.
come up with cat. If that helps at all.
Yeah. Memplent.
Yeah, what does that mean, Carl?
Just anything you want it to mean. Oh, what I've got, there's a dog that's got a cough in Singapore because it smokes 20 a day. Right, okay, another one.
No, it's the last one in it, so
Yeah.
we'll say that the last one we've got is why don't we
Sorry, what was that? Wash Up With You, that was it? But was that it? They what? Surveyor washing pots in
I
hands.
didn't understand. You said Italy were the cleanest.
No, Spain.
No, Brits were the quickest.
Yeah.
We were the quickest, but Italy was the
Spain was
cleanest.
the cleanest.
Turkey were the slowest.
Yeah.
Spain were the cleanest.
But why weren't we clean then? Because we were washing it. Why were we not paying attention to the
We
bits
did it
of
rubbish. We did it quick.
We did it quickly, but I don't understand why it was being rated on.
Who was doing it? Was it Annette Newman or Ainsley Harriott?
She's quick. Both of them are quick.
Yeah.
Well, they've got like kind of loads of slaves that do it for them.
Did we use fairy liquid?
Don't know. It didn't have
Did
all
we use a
that.
whole bunch of Boy
Didn't
Scouts?
say that. Just
Like
said,
Nanette.
it just said, you know, that.
Who had the
Who
softest
volunteered
hands?
for that?
Who had the softest hands?
So it didn't say. I
Why
didn't.
is it we don't get notified that this is taking place?
I don't know.
When I was a kid, no one ever said, you know, we need recruits because we're doing a survey on who can wash up
Yeah.
the quickest.
Are you disappointed in yourself with that one, Carl?
It is pretty dull, to be fair, and that is why we've got to bring in either con merchant or a wine merchant.
Or shut up with your face.
Yeah.
Would you be able to, if I put you on the spot in the next, sort of after the next record, would you be able to give an example of how con merchant would work? I mean, is there something you could do just to sort of
Should we
experiment?
play a
there?
record? Should we play a record?
Play a
I've
tune,
got a
what's your
cough.
record?
I can do better than that.
What?
Ads.
Go on. Travis on XFM 104.9 on Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. We're doing Educating Ricky. Right, final one. Come on, Carl.
Right, what was it? It was, why don't they just get a diary or some paper or something to write on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Snappy.
I couldn't think of a heading for it. It's basically,
Go on.
people who have tattoos, I've never understood it, right? That they have something put on their arm.
Right, sorry. Have we started the educate? Is this part of it? Are you educating me? This is something that will be useful in my life that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Go on then.
No, it's just like they've got a machine out, right, that does tattoos. You come up with a design you want, and you sort of this machine scans it, and you put your arm in this thing, and you press print or whatever, and then it does the tattoo on your hand or on your
What, like
arm.
loads of little needles that follow a pattern?
Yeah,
computer, is it?
basically, yeah.
Is it a real tattoo? It's a proper.
It's a proper one. The fella said,
Well, as long as it goes out, it pierces the skin with a.
I just wondered if it's
thing.
one of those kind of, you know, those kind of.
No, it must be lots of little needles or a moving needle that can go
Sorry,
along
but
it.
how is this cleaned, like in between each person?
don't know, probably, I don't know.
Well, no, it's only that if it's one needle, it's just the head, isn't it? If it's one needle that moves and does it like like loads of little.
What are we gaining from a machine doing it?
Just because you know they're going to sort of mess it up.
But hold on, how do you keep your arm still? Because your skin moves slightly. So the machine
it's sort
won't.
of strapped to your arm.
Right,
And
so
the
it's
fella,
spread-
the
so-
fella said that the tricky thing was in all this, it was the fact that, you know, nobody would let him test it out on anyone else, so he had to do it himself.
But did it work? Because the thing is with a tattoo
Yeah, it
artist,
works,
they
yeah.
can see when your skin's moved and they can see what they've done and they keep wiping it and looking. Whereas a machine's just got to trust itself. So I think one needle could go wrong. If it was a lot of needles that it just came down, like, you know, 1,000 needles that was an imprint.
Yeah.
But
No, it-
obviously I'm asking someone who hasn't delved any further than there's a machine that can give you a tattoo. That's all you've got at the moment, isn't it?
Well, yeah, basically.
That's all you've got.
I mean, that's what I've got, because I'm not a fan of tattoos. I don't.
But where did you read this again?
This was
Internet?
This was on the internet. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just don't understand why people do it. That's what got me attention. Because me,
So what have I learned from this?
that if you wanted to get one, you know, you can get one done by a machine now. You know, people say machines are sort of taking over and that, and there's another one. But it's just the fact. I mean, I don't know.
So give us the snappy title of this education again.
Why don't they just get a diary or some paper or something to write it on? That's what I always think when I see people with loads of tattoos. Like there's that fellow who we were talking about the other week in Scotland who was covered 99% in tattoos. It's just like, what have you done that for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't get rid of it now. You've done it now.
Yeah.
One of my uncles, like Tattoo Stan, he's just caked in them.
Right.
I don't think he's my proper uncle, but it's just like my dad's got. No, my dad's got.
That's a province in Russia, isn't it?
My dad's got loads of mates who.
When you
like,
say he's not your
names.
proper uncle,
Do you know, like, when
Just a bloke
someone
you
comes
hang
round,
around
you
with at
alright, Uncle Stan?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And my dad had loads of mates like that. There was John the Screw.
Right. So he either works in a prison or he liked to have sex?
Cabby. Cab driver.
Okay.
There was Jimmy the Hat. I don't know where he
Jimmy
is.
the Hat?
Yeah. And,
Did he wear a hat?
No.
No.
There was Fred the Veg.
You sure he wasn't a relative?
Sorry.
Fred the Veg used to get us like big bags of potatoes and that.
Fred Veg, okay.
And there was Tattoo Stan. And he was just caked in them. And I used to always look at him thinking, why have you done that? I must have only been like, you know, 6
I
or
suppose
7.
if you're born with a name like Tattoo Stan,
Exactly.
you're destined, aren't you,
were
really?
they like a 1950s gang?
I'm worried about, I'm worried about,
doing a bank job.
what was his name, the Hat? What was his name?
Jimmy the Hat.
I'm worried about Jimmy the Hat.
Yeah.
Not having a hat.
I don't understand
Are
it.
you sure he didn't have a hat?
Not when I met him.
Did he ever wear a hat?
I didn't see him that much.
Do you think it was a joke, like, you know, when your mate's sort of like, you know, 8 foot and huge, you call him Little John or Tiny? Do you think...
Well, the fact that he never wore
Yeah,
a
they
hat.
went, hold on, I've noticed something about Jim. Go on. No hat. And I go, oh, true, let's call him Jim the Hat.
Jimmy the Hat, yeah. But me Uncle Stan, he had like loads of them. He did them himself,
Oh dear.
and it was always that thing.
What was it things like?
He had like the
cross.
cut here,
Cut
one
here,
on the
made in
neck.
Britain.
And if you're going to do them yourself, I'd say at least make sure you're sort of a good drawer.
Yeah.
And don't do it in a mirror so it comes out backwards.
Well, that was the other thing. But like, I remember he did. I mean, names are all right. He had like all his kids' names down his arm. And,
What are they called?
Yeah.
oh, God, it's
Tattoo Stan Jr.
Yeah.
and
Paul shits the bed.
I'm trying to.
Oh, Wabbai Kate.
yeah.
But he had.
Frankie never amounts to anything.
Oh, God.
So he had like.
Johnny, I don't think he's mine.
So he did all this. I don't even know why I'm telling you about Tattoo
No,
Stan.
nor do I, Carl.
Hey,
to be honest,
I don't know if maybe you just have to picture this. But my sister had to take a photo once. She was working in like a factory, not to denigrate people who work in factories, but there happened to be a particularly oddball, kind of lank-haired, weird guy working in this factory, and he did his own tattoos, and she took a photo of it because she was so extraordinary. He'd drawn it himself. Now, bear in mind, it was the kind of thing you saw when you were doing art when you were like 15. This is the sort of person who designed their own like heavy rock album cover.
Yeah.
He's that sort of person. So, I mean, like,
was it
he knew how
a
to
dragon
draw.
with breasts?
You're not far off, Rick.
No.
You're not far off. I'll tell you what it was. He had this tattooed on his back. It took up his entire back. She took a photo of it for me. He drew it himself. He had it tattooed himself, and it was just too much detail. Too much detail for a tattoo. It needs to be fairly simple, I think, to make a tattoo. It was, it was a naked female vampire having a shower.
Why was she having a
Having a shower. That's why she was naked.
Yeah.
And so she was
She
beautiful.
she was presumably
She'd been out that night.
been out, a lot of blood.
Yeah, well, she was naked, so you could see her naked body.
Yeah.
She's quite a beautiful vampire,
Yeah.
relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Although the symmetry of her face was somewhat off.
Yeah.
The only thing I think that gave
Well,
it
he had a
away
bad spine.
was that she did have some pointed teeth. I
Right.
think that was how you knew she was a vampire.
Right. Was she looking?
But the fact that she was having a shower was very
That is weird,
specific,
isn't it?
But he'd sort of drawn
he said to the eye, he said, listen, I want a naked bird, right? But I don't want it to be gratuitous. And he goes, well, you could put her in the shower, because then they went, pop her in the shower.
That at least gives some kind
Yeah,
of
that's the
justification for
plot.
her
That's the
nudity.
plot. I mean, you know, it's justified within the story. If she's in a shower. Sure. Okay. Yeah. We'll have that. Carl.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Any other nicknames your friends of your family had?
What was your nickname, Carl?
Just Pilkey. You know?
Because for a minute I thought Carl the Veg would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, Carl the Veg. And why has your dad got a little tattoo, Dopey Twat, on his arm?
Right, we'll do the answers to Rockbusters next, yeah?
Brilliant. Buzzcocks. Still sounds brilliant, that.
It is a
They're
cracker.
from Manchester as well, Carl. So they got a little bit of pride there, eh?
I think one of them's one of my mate's dads.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
What's his nickname?
Well, his name was, I don't really want to say his name.
Oh, okay.
Laurie, his first name was.
Yeah. Still is, probably.
Yeah. It was a
And
good lad.
well, you know those little fellas at school that didn't know each other, weren't related and weren't friends, because it'd be too obvious, that they had webbed hands and big heads.
Yeah.
What were they? Did they have any nicknames?
Again, too obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, big head, or, you know.
Sure.
Oh, I bet you're good at juggling, or...
Frog twins.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt you guys, because we've just had an email here, I hate to query you, Carl, and your educating Ricky section, because I know you put a lot. Don't read this, let me just read it for you. Just an email here from Olivia, and this has also been corroborated by someone else, I forget who it was. She just tuned in, and she just heard you explaining the expression, letting the cat out of the bag.
Sure.
It was all to do with cats that were put in bags by dodgy butchers, possibly the 17th century, we're not too sure. Anyway, she claims, well, let me see, she says, she uses both the words twaddle and crap, in relation to your definition. She says letting the cat out of the bag is an old shipping expression from when sailors used to get flogged for their misdemeanours. The cat
Letting the
is
cat,
the cat
of
of
course
nine
it is.
tails,
Of
which
course it
is
is.
a kind of whip thing that they used to keep hanging in a bag below deck. If it was discovered that a sailor had done something wrong, the cat would be let out of the bag
Yeah.
and get a whipping. Hence,
Of course it is.
don't let the cat out of the bag, meaning to cover something up with a
She's
secret.
talking nonsense,
No,
right?
she's not. That's
She
the
is,
truth. That's
because
the
the one
truth.
I read about that was there's not enough room in here to swing a cat, right? And that was people who worked on a boat.
Yeah, but
and
that's
they
the
had
same
a
one.
whip.
Well, that's fine. They
It's
could
the
have two
same one.
expressions for the
They're not
same
going to
thing.
keep going on about people working on a boat to get loads of sailors.
You can't have two phrases about the same thing. They're
These
not
things
going
have
to be
got nothing
going.
to do with their time.
Think how many.
just coming up and stuff.
Think
like
how
that.
many metaphors have birds in them, and you know, it's ridiculous. Why can't you have? You can have as many sayings as you like about anything, Carl.
Yeah,
There's
well,
not a rule.
whatever.
They don't go. We've made one up about the cat of nine tails.
Well, cheers for that, Oliver.
Olivia.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Don't see your email coming up with the Rockbusters answers, so
You gotta give us the answers
let's
again.
give them out. The first one was you've been dunking that for too long.
Yeah.
That was LB.
Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit.
Yeah, got that one.
The third one, we'll jump to that one because you've got it. Well, I've had a rubbish day, so I'm happy it's all over. That was GK.
That's a great one.
That's
Gladys Knight.
Glad it's night. Glad it's night. That
Gladys
is
Knight.
brilliant, Carl.
And the one that you're both having a problem with, you won't be able to play that game in this pub. The table ain't big enough. FD.
Go on.
Fats Domino. Yeah?
What?
The dominoes, you played dominoes in a pub. The dominoes fat. Pub tables are quite small. You won't be able to play that game in this pub. Fats Domino.
Rubbish.
So, do you want to pick a winner? Random
Rubbish.
Winner?
Well,
Random winner?
you say it's rubbish, but plenty of people got the right answer.
Rubbish.
Who do you want to go with?
The bunch of slightly rubbish prizes is going to Elliot K from Chigwell in Essex. Well done to Elliot.
I'll just can before we go. Can we just get a little email off Anders, because I think he must. Well, I think we've probably turned him round with this show.
I'd have thought so.
I think he's going to be saying, coming to us with his tail between his legs, saying, "Sorry lads, a blinding show. I was wrong. You were right."
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright,
Song for the Lovers is very exciting this week.
Yeah, we haven't had a song for the lovers or the ladies for quite some time. Let's
Yeah,
combine the two.
sorry,
And a bit
sorry,
of John Martin, May You Never. Let's end with that this
Beautiful
week. We'll
track.
see you next time.
so yeah.
Bye. Richard Ashcroft, Science of Silence on XFM 104.9. I love that.
Yes, correct.
He's one of my favourite artists now. I just think, he's so, I don't know why he's not ballistic. He's got everything. He's like one of our best rock stars. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Hello there.
You're Steve Merchant.
I am indeed.
Carl Pilkington over there. Big day today.
Really?
Yeah, for Carl. He hasn't been looking forward to it. He's been whinging in the week. A couple of things. He thinks he's overworked. He thinks he's overworked here, and he's stressed, and he's got to do DIY. MTV are coming in right, to give him the chance of his a lifetime to do just a little screen test, and he's going, well, I'm not going to look good, am I? They're not going to. Why? He said, well, I've got a round head, and I'll be wearing headphones. And he's not made an effort. He thinks, oh, they'll put him off. He said, they won't even press record. He's got a spot on his head. I mean, you know,
Carl,
also
you're not looking forward to it. You're not excited about it. It's a great opportunity.
Why is it a great opportunity?
to get on MTV.
No, but
It's money for old rope.
Yeah, but look what's happened to people like Jeremy Speak, whatever his name is. And all
Jeremy
that people-
Spike, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, slightly different. Slightly different.
why is it?
Well,
See?
you're making it in the industry, and you've got something to give. He happened to be around when they were filming an airport. Do you see the difference?
All right, the other one then, who's on a boat.
Same thing,
she's
although at
doing
least she had a
incredibly well.
skill. She had a skill, you know. She can sing, you know.
Well, it's just. I think it can all go wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Of course it can. So can sitting in your little room moaning about nothing happening in the world. You know, he wanted to stop educating Ricky because nothing happened. He said, look what happened last week. I scoured the net. He said, all I found was a dog in a car wash and a parrot and a vicar.
I'll
Right?
tell you what, there ain't much more going on this week.
We're talking. Well, listen, me and Steve yesterday we took a day off to prove you wrong, and we've come up with 2 of the most incredible things I told you about. They're amazing. So there are things out there. Or but just go for truth. Go for truth and science and discovery. Fact is stranger than fiction. You don't have to revert to sort of like God and ghosts.
I know, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But the funny thing is, you know, like, the last couple of weeks I've been saying there's not much going on.
Yeah.
I found out when I was looking that there was a day in 1930, right? It was a Good Friday, there was no news, there was nothing going on. They had to put a music video on or something on the telly, because there was nothing going on.
Play a record. We're going to play some classic tracks today. This is Debaser. Pixies, Debaser. I was looking forward to playing that. Came and said, Carl, I'll play that. I was looking... he put it on. Lauren just called through and said, we played that in the last half hour.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. So, what is the point of having a producer if he doesn't check things out? So, I mean, it's a good track. I mean, I'm sorry if you heard that twice in the last hour. Go on,
so
what are you going to say?
listen to everything all the time. I've been running around. I get in early on a Saturday.
You got in about the same time as me.
I went out and bought you some biscuits, so you're happy. I put the coffee on.
Yeah.
I've sorted what prizes we're going to give away. I've been running to the library getting you certain tracks.
Yeah.
I can't listen all the time. I'm doing my best.
Well, I'm not sure it's good enough. I mean, I'm worried when MTV come in, if they've heard this kind of shoddy production, they're going to start to wonder what...
Is it
the same songs every 5
Yeah, no,
minutes anyway.
sorry, you sort of overworked because you were on Zoe Ball's show talking.
Oh, hello, what's going on here?
Well,
I
was in
thought he was exclusively on our show.
No, I was in the car.
I seem to remember, Rick, he was a nobody
Yeah.
that got a chance to come on air and talk about that.
And guess
now
what
he's getting auditions with MTV?
Guess what he was talking about on Zoe's show?
Oh, hello.
All the jellyfish stuff and all that. About getting
Believe it, recycling material that you've done on this show.
I phoned in, right, and I went, stop doing material. Zoe's boy. He just hung up on me.
Well, I had a job to do.
Who do you think you are? Your ego has just gone through the roof.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I had a job to do in the week. They asked me to drive the desk for Zoe, right?
They didn't say talk.
Zoe, if she talks to you, you can't just ignore her.
Yes, you can. Who is she? Who does she think she is? You made a promise to us, a pact, that you were our kind of
monkey.
Yeah,
What can I do? If someone takes time off, I've got to do it. It's my job.
Yeah, but you don't
It's not
have
your
to talk,
job.
you don't have to use...
You're the head of production. We've given you this special gig. This is like taking you out weekends.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you know, if we find out you're getting too much excitement in the week, we'll have to just calm it down. Get another little...
Well, that's it now, anyway. It was only last week.
Do you know, I feel like kind of solid. I feel betrayed. It's like you were having an affair behind our back. And you rumbled
He
it.
was doing all the stuff, he was doing all this like, oh yeah, jellyfish and this, jellyfish
Yeah, because
that.
she was asking, and I thought it was a good way of promoting this show, actually.
Oh, did you mention the show?
Yeah, I did at some point.
Did you? What did you say?
I just said more about that on Saturday afternoons.
So you talked twice. I only heard you talk once, so you're talking all the time.
Well, about 5 times in the week. In the full week. 5 times.
Theory.
Right.
And one, it was just stuff.
You
that
could
we
never
do.
be a monk, could you? Chatting away all the time. Right, what have we got?
I blame Ball as well, to be honest. I feel Ball's slightly responsible for it.
Yeah.
She can't find her own, Gibbon to get on the show. She can't find her own kind of, loser, then don't start stealing ours. Outrageous.
Well, coming up. Right,
Yeah,
we've got
maybe we'll get Fatboy Slim in.
Indeed.
Next
Yeah.
Saturday, if you're listening, Slim,
Yeah.
come in on the show.
What's his name? Ernie or something?
What's his name?
Norman.
Norman.
Oh yeah. Ernie!
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Ernie Ball.
Yeah.
He wouldn't change his name.
Cook.
Ernie Cook, that's it, yeah. That's great.
Anyway,
Go
coming
on.
up today, we have got Educating Ricky.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, is this the last one? You've promised it might be.
I believe there's a book out that might help me with this feature, so we'll see how it goes. I was thinking of new features in the week. I've got, what did I come up with? I wanted to do Celebrity Fact Club.
Celebrity Fact Club. Alright.
That's, I've just got to get some celebrities in first, before we can kick that off, so maybe in the new year.
Ball and
Maybe
Cook.
Zoe Ball, yeah.
Ball and Cook.
Yeah.
Start off.
Maybe, right? And I've also got,
Cook and Ball stories.
Yeah. That's nice.
good one.
Cheers. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah. Maybe you could sell that to Zoe's show.
And I'm also thinking Through the Ricky Hole.
Through the Ricky hole, okay.
What's that?
That's, I'm quite...
No, you just got the title again, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, play record.
So, Rockbuster's coming up as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Wu-Tang Clan, Gravel Pit on XFM 104.9.
We're playing some great music today.
Yeah,
I wonder if we should maybe, it's getting towards Christmas to think about this. Should we dedicate the show to all the people in the world who maybe are less privileged and less fortunate than us?
No.
No? Okay.
Have you to do the prizes for the
Prizes? Okay. Alright, so screw those who are less fortunate, is what TV's Ricky Gervais thinks. Rick, I know you're a big fan of the likes of Bryan Adams, Robert Palmer, Alien Ant Farm, and obviously ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And so you'll be enjoying the best air guitar album in the world, Volume 2.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
Well, Volume 1 wasn't enough. There wasn't enough.
Exactly. Again, we've seemed to be able to give one of these away every week. Are you just not sending these out? I mean, these are the same prizes we started this game with, I think, a couple of weeks back. Are you just not sending the prizes out?
Yeah, but I want to give, like, more people a chance, because if 1 week they listen in and think, God, I wouldn't mind winning that.
Sure.
If you've got more copies of it, they'll go, well, I'll listen next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So again, this is one of those the best songs you've heard on an advert ever.
Mainly mobile phones?
Mainly mobile phone adverts, yeah. Although there is the Smash Mouth one, which is used in the Ford Fiesta TV.
Oh yeah. Walking on the sun.
I forget what it is. The Smashing Pumpkins album that we've given away in the past again.
Yeah.
Obviously got a bulk order of those that can't shift them. Wild Weather. I don't know who's interested in this. This
What,
is
is that a double box set VHS of different weather? That's
to be,
amazing.
Yeah, there's
That is
two
amazing.
cassette tapes there. It's presented
How long is
by
that?
Donald McIntyre. It's a thrilling trip with the most exciting forces of our wild and turbulent world.
So I'm
Clouds,
right in saying
weather,
it's a double VHS
Stuff like
video
tornadoes
set
and that.
of different weather.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's got, I mean, it includes the fastest winds, the
Oh,
hottest
you're
desert, and the biggest rain machine on the planet. That's something I think you have to...
God. I wonder if I hope they're bringing out another box set, Soil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just goes through different mud.
And this you may be of interest. I've read good reviews of the DVD of this. It's a 2-disc set. The Wicker Man, the classic 70s
great
film, but
yeah.
it's got a bunch of extras
That
in
is
there.
actually quite a
that's
good
actually
film.
worth having. I would probably throw the rest away.
But the
palm
Wicker
it
Man,
off
get it on
Sonic
DVD,
Christmas.
and it's quite very interesting.
Yeah, but you'll enjoy that.
So what this Rockbusters, is it?
Oh, that's for Rockbusters.
Brilliant. Well, I say get the ball rolling now.
What, of Rockbusters?
Yeah, get the ball
I don't
rolling.
know, I mean, tease them, Rick. Don't sort of spunk all the good stuff early on. I mean, that's dynamite.
you can say spunk, I can't. Go on.
Well, we've got, actually it's quite good moving it about, because we might have some new listeners here.
Yeah.
I would have thought so.
Yeah. Not after last week.
No.
Right, okay, so if you haven't heard it before, I'll give you some initials. It's like initials of an artist or of a
It's
band.
Blockbusters.
And a cryptic clue to who the band is. There's 2 easy ones, 1 difficult one. First one is, That'll Never Get Off the Ground.
Right.
Yeah?
That'll Never Get Off the Ground. The
That'll
initial.
Never Get Off the Ground is the clue.
Not
and
LZ.
The initials are LZ.
You are joking.
2 easy ones.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Right, and then you've got, that woman's got her husband's gloves and a pair of her own. Right?
Say it again.
That woman has got a pair of her husband's gloves and she's got a pair of her own. That's HH. Right? It's a bit of a difficult one. And then the last one, you'll get a right load of bacon off them. Right?
You'll get what?
A right load of bacon off them. That's L.
L.
Yeah, so once
You'll
again,
get a
very
right
quickly,
load of bacon off of them.
you'll get a right load of bacon off them. So first one, That'll Never Get Off the Ground, LZ. That woman has got her husband's gloves and she's got a pair of her own. That's HH.
Brilliant.
And you'll get a right load of bacon off them. That's L.
And it's
So,
an email-only competition.
Email only, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and we pick a winner before the end. So,
And
you
you can win
all that stuff.
Win at Wicker Man.
The weather.
Best of the weather.
The best of the weather. That would be amazing. The best of the weather.
As a compilation, Channel 4.
Exactly.
That'd be-
Winds light to variable.
I love 1976
Remember this
weather.
one from August 1979?
Warm, isn't it? Oh, this is warm, isn't it? Oh,
Best of the
God.
weather.
I'll tell you what. You remember how we always play like great music, usually? I'm up
You've
in
not
it.
got another one, have you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. This is David Bowie driving Saturday.
There you go. What? I'm doing the same problem.
I know, beating a biscuit.
Yeah.
David Bowie driving Saturday. That's a great track, isn't it? A crash course for the ravers, eh? That's what this show is, isn't it, Carl? Crash course for the ravers. They tune and they go, wow, that's so cool. I wish I was like Carl Pilkington.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely. You've got to read your mum's clues out, didn't you?
Yeah,
These
she's
are just for fun only. This is Carl's mum. She listened one week and now she sends him a little example of Rockbusters every week.
She's got, what did she send? This group would go well with your Christmas dinner.
Cranberries?
Yeah. They make a few good cupboards.
They make a few good cupboards.
Yeah.
The carpenters. Carpenters. I was thinking of EMF.
What else?
I was thinking B&Q, the B&Qs.
This group thinks of lots of things.
This group thinks of lots of things.
Yeah.
Go on.
Imagination. I think they're the best ones.
Yeah,
they're
obviously we want the worst ones then.
Here's one more. She'd really like Blackpool.
She'd really like Blackpool. She'd really like Blackpool.
Fairground attraction. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right, so there's
Does she write anything else in the letter, or does she just send them like scrawled on the back of, you know, I don't know, a till receipt?
She did with the first one. Now it's just the Rockbusters.
Right.
Really?
She doesn't bother asking how you are. Or
Well, I'll speak to her in a week on the phone. So it doesn't-
what kind of conversations would you have then with her?
What do you say?
Stuff.
Do you moan about how overworked you are and stuff to her?
I mean, they're always surprised when I'm getting in late and that. It's like, you know, what have you done today? Oh, I've just got in from work and it's like 8:30 at night.
A lot of people get home at 8:30, Carl. Next.
You know, just saying how's the flat going. I was asking my dad some DIY tips the other day. You know, usual sort of stuff you talk with your mum and dad, really.
Yeah.
Talking about the bisons with them. I was watching, did you watch The Mammals in the week? David Attenborough?
No.
I was thinking actually, right, all this MTV stuff, if there's one reason why I'd like to do it, is I was watching Attenborough, the Mammals programme. I reckon I could do something like that.
Right.
And just have like me, instead of Attenborough, like a young sort of fresh person, watching like certain animals and saying, do we need these? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh God! What's going to be death on earth?
Well,
That's amazing! Do we need these?
And,
because there's loads of
and the
stuff.
audience at home would vote. Would there be something like telephone
like a
vote?
vote out system.
Oh,
the
that-
thing is it's something interesting that Attenborough was saying the other night on Jonathan Ross's show, on his telly show, right? He was saying, he said you could take all the humans off the earth and it would carry on. It'd take like some animals off it, and mammals and that. You've got problems on your hands. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like the question is, do we need these? Is that part of the big thing?
Right.
Like jellyfish.
Yeah.
We've talked about jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which mammals in particular were
You talked about that on Zoe Bull show, haven't you?
Hey?
Which mammals were you thinking we don't need when you watched the show the other night? Any in particular that you thought they don't need them? They're not of interest.
Well, I like whales, but I don't know what they do. And they're taking up quite a lot of room.
Sure.
But stuff like,
Yeah.
but like jellyfish, I looked into because
Yeah,
you know
well,
I was
I know
talking
you
about them, and they were saying they've got no eyes, no heart. There's something like 97% water.
Yeah.
They're blind, and they do about 33 miles a day.
Right.
So it's like, do we need them? Could we clear them out?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a big net.
That would be the programme. What? Right, we'll get rid of them. Next week we'll be looking at
Rhinos.
I think it's genius. Honestly, I think it's genius. And like going along sort of like picking up sea anemones and going and just lobbing them into the sea.
Well, what do you think about MTV doing that? And then I just, in between the bits,
Play music
I play music related
relates
to
to it.
fish, so I could play like fish,
Yeah.
like Rock Guy, or the animals,
Rock Lobster.
yeah, or what else could I
Biscuit
get in
Run
there?
and Run.
What other songs have got animals in them? The Monkeys, could play the Monkeys.
Yeah, there's about 1 million, so let's not start this.
No, but, do you know what I mean?
So do we need this?
So MTV flies you around the world
And
to the
it-
most incredible exotic locations. You sort of climb up a tree or whatever next to, I don't know what lives up a tree, some kind of rare parrot. You say, look at
Sloth.
that, it's colourful,
Sloth.
it's interesting.
Oh, you like sloths, don't you?
No, they just live up trees, but I'd say, do we need them?
Why?
Well, what do they do?
What do you mean? What do they do? What do you want from an animal? Carpentry. What do you want?
I don't like scorpions, right?
Right.
But then I found out they look after those monkey things.
They're not monkeys, they're lizards.
Well, all right, yeah, then lizards. They look after the lizards. So there's a reason.
But do you need the lizard? Could be your next
Yeah,
question.
because the local people made shoes out of them.
But not when the scorpion protected them, they didn't.
All right, we don't need them then.
So, and so ultimately, would anyone decide? I mean, do the animals kind of get a chance to mount a case for their survival? I mean, is there maybe someone that comes into their corner and sort of defends them?
I'd have like a David Attenborough type character who says, well, they do this, and I go, yeah, but do we need that doing?
Yeah. Okay. So what does an animal need to do in order for you to feel that it sort of gets a chance of life? I mean, like a pet, like an animal, like a dog maybe, or a cat, and they give a certain affection to its owner. Is that a valid reason to survive? What particularly?
Not really.
No, okay.
I've been saying that though. Blind people use dogs, so
Dogs are useful. St.
farmers
Bernards,
use
they often
dogs.
save people, don't they, in snowy weather?
Cats. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
Keep the mice down.
Yeah, but you got rent to kill.
So I'm not going to press.
What I'm saying is something that will affect the world.
Right. I think you'll find everything does.
We're stopping the show on the 6th.
I think you'll find everything does.
Except Carl. I'm not sure what effect he's having on the world.
I tell you what though, Steve, right? Did you watch the mammals?
I did see the mammals.
They had bison on it.
Right.
The weirdest looking things you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They've really
Again, you're on dangerous ground here, Carl.
They've really got it's like, decide what you want to look like. It's just a mismatch of stuff. It's got a really big airy head.
Yeah.
And like you.
Sort of bald at the back.
Right.
Sort of
It's like
thinner.
someone you went to school with.
Was there two of them? Oh, brilliant.
From the album Original Pirate Material, it's obviously The Streets, and an album track from that, It's Too Late. Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know everyone's raving about it being, one of the albums of the year, but it is, I think.
It's great. That's brilliant. I love the backing as well. It's just so good. The lyrics, the things you go, they're my favourite band of the year. Next week then, we'll do all our favourite songs of the year, shall we?
No, I think it's got to be 2 weeks' time, hasn't it?
Oh, 2 weeks, is it?
Yeah, I'm away next week as well.
What do you mean you're away next week? What are you doing? Zoe Ball show?
I'm going up north again.
Why?
So Claire's going to be here with you.
Okay. Yeah, at least
What are you doing up north?
she does her job.
Just Suzanne's dad's birthday. So
I bet he's a party animal. I've read that they really kick off, don't they? Is it? Yeah. When? So you're going to be raving?
can't concentrate now.
Oh, and he's all stressed because the lady from MTV's here. She's going to film his little face.
So
the
what-
things he said in the week, he was so worried. He's got worried about the spot on his head. That won't come out. Just that, so you got your best side.
On that side, that's all right.
Alright. Yeah, no, the camera's out. Look, he's getting nervous now. Okay, Carl. Ignore the camera. Okay, just ignore the camera. Okay. Now, me and Steve have done our research for you, and we've got two amazing things to tell you. What's the thing first? About the baby or the...
Well, they're both equally fascinating, so you choose.
I'll tell you the crab thing first, right? Steve actually saw this thing in The Guardian the week about our research thing, and then we looked it up, we looked into it on Friday, and it is incredible. Right, listen to this. There's a thing in a bay in New England, right, where it's like the biggest, they make silicon chips and stuff for computers, right? And because of the data protection thing, after they've done them, because they have to destroy the plates, right, where the information's sort of put onto them, but there's still flakes of silicon. They sort of grind it down straight away, and some of the flakes got into the bay, okay, but some of the information's still on even the slight granules of silicon. Anyway, gets in the water, and silicon is rather like a carbon derivative. They reckon if there'd been life on another planet that wasn't carbon-based, it'd be silicon-based, because that's simple sugars and it's just COH and that, and it can work with silicon. Right? Anyway, the crabs have been taken up, it's in the water, and they looked out on the beach, and over the years the crabs had started sort of putting themselves in formations, like geometric format, and they couldn't work out why they were doing this. And when they put them in the experiment, they sort of like chopped them up, and they found they'd taken on silicon, and it had sort of got into their brain, and they were downloading information. They picked up little things, because it's just chemical, like electrical impulses had got information off the silicon chip, and they were interfacing it. But this is the amazing thing. One bloke sort of thought of this, and he thought, well, if it's a simple computer, the brain, if it's just a simple sort of electrical thing, then maybe there's sort of, we could get it down. So what they did is they made a thing called a biointerface, and they put it into the crab's brain, just a really simple brain, so it's measured on Gar, right? And it got impulses from it, and they were getting like computer readers, just flashes of like symbols and geometric things right on this screen to read the crab's brain, and it was stuff like, you know, fragments of a,
What made them do this in the first place?
because they saw the crabs behaving differently. They were behaving differently to each other. They were just like, they were, you know, intelligent, and they were sort of solving problems and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they downloaded the thing, it was like there was they found one of the secretary's names where it had been on the silicon chip, where it was just like a flash of a computer screen. But the most amazing thing is they downloaded a memory, right? It was like a snapshot where it had been burnt onto the retina of the crab, just a snapshot of that, and it was like a picture of the beach, like a couple of years ago, right? And they also did incredible. It was like just a digital black and white sort of thing, so they could see what the crab had seen.
You better hope he's not listening.
Amazing.
Jeez.
Amazing.
So
Intelligent crabs.
what are they doing with them now
Like
then?
super brain.
Well, they think this is the upshot. They think they could use it as spy crabs, because they could get these crabs. Also, the other thing is, as generations went on, right? So they put a crab in the sea or something, right? Lots of crabs in, and then as generations went on, a newborn crab, they downloaded the memory, and it had the memories of its great all together. It had every memory that any crab had been related to it beforehand, because it passed it on. It just passed it on.
So not even ones that had been eating the silicon stuff.
Yeah, no,
These are just like ones that have had kids.
yeah.
And they've got like,
And they know so you'd know everything everything right the way back.
so would that work if we ate silicon?
Well, possibly.
So what are they gonna...
Well, they can use them for all sorts of things, though. I mean, that's what's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you train it particularly. I don't know, it'd be quite tricky to train, but I'm assuming if they can do it that way, then presumably they can give
be
it
like
certain silicon information, which they can then plant in it, if you like, within its sort of food.
Also, if you get them onto any beaches,
yeah.
you'd have like 1,000 digital cameras just
sneaking around. You could get, like, you know, Osama bin Laden or someone just crawling around.
They don't
in the sand.
understand the information they've got.
No, they don't know they're doing it. They just download
So
them.
that's the thing, so they're
But
not,
the
it's not
one
like you could torture them and they wouldn't be able to sort of give you the information because they wouldn't know what information they had, because they're just
But
like
the first crab they downloaded, they just kept seeing the same picture of a big crab feeding it, which they... Yeah.
Wow. That's what, like its mother crab or something?
It was memories of it as a child.
But they're not in colour, presumably.
No, it's all in black and white.
All in black and white.
It's just a digital camera, because it's just they don't see it in black and white, so it's just like I don't know, I think it's burnt onto the retina or something. And the only one that they kept were the ones they saw a lot of the time.
I mean, in a way, some of the educating Ricky I've got for you today is on the similar lines.
Right.
Oh, you've got to be impressed by that. You've got to be impressed by
That's
that.
pretty good. I mean, I'm interested to see, you know, what they do.
What they do with what the crab developments are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, just digest that information, because that's not even the most impressive one we found.
I think it is.
I suppose it's pretty impressive, but the next one's maybe more shocking.
Okay, right.
Let's play a tune, and Ricky's got another extraordinary thing. The Cure, Love Song, classic on XFM.
So that's the crab that you can download their memories.
But what about other animals that are in the sea, in that same sea, eating the stuff? Have they tested them yet?
I don't know. I think they just took it on because their biology, something to do with. I presume they could take up minerals, and you know, I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, next one. It's just on the horizons. A bodybuilder. Yeah. Married,
freaky.
had another bodybuilder, married another bodybuilder, right, and they're pregnant. And they had these tests, and the baby was very large, but it was causing it pain, right, in the, you know, and it, after,
It's almost bizarre, and like...
yeah, after the female woke up pregnant after 7 months, and the baby
Walking around.
no, had forced its way out of the vagina.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it forced its way out, and it was
because it almost had like super strength, like...
and it was pulling her along by the umbilical cord, and that, and it was a stone.
Extraordinary. That's freaky. I mean, you're talking about freaky stuff.
That's made up.
We are the only three
What?
met him.
It wasn't pulling her along.
Yeah, well, no, it's pretty. She could feel it.
Exactly.
Just in case, you never know.
And it was, do you know what I mean? Like, just went...
Calls, I'm not here.
and just sort of squeezed
Just
its way
got
out.
out because it was
Just
ready.
climbed out.
Because all the hormones.
Because it
and
thought
stuff.
it was ready.
Poor Nelson, happy birthday.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Just waking up and finding that in the bottom of the bed. freak you out, wouldn't it? Because you'd think it was a nightmare initially.
And it had hair and everything, didn't it?
Yeah, because all the hormones there, like a hair,
There was something in the week about, you know, you've got test tube babies and that now, haven't you? But they've managed to do it. I only caught half
I
the
knew he'd be
story.
more impressed by the crabs than that. He doesn't care if it's
No,
you.
I am. I'm telling you
Go on.
though, that there was something. I only caught half the story because I was busy. But there's something about babies being able to be born without having any people involved. Or something. It's like putting them in the oven or something, and it's like a cake. And after a certain amount of time, it's ready.
I think you can buy those in Argos for kids.
It's my first baby kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Play-Doh, I think, that they can buy.
Yeah. So what do you think of that then?
The baby one.
Yeah.
I prefer the crab one.
Yeah.
But the baby, I mean, the baby thing's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
So it was bigger than like the average.
Both made up. We made those up.
Yeah, they're both
they're
rubbish.
both
I mean, they are
bullshit.
both rubbish. Despite the fact they're both rubbish.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
We made those up. Both those stupid stories up.
Yeah.
Imagine downloading a crab's memories and seeing its mum feeding it as a child.
Both that's are rubbish.
I had trouble.
Yeah.
I know I was going to have trouble with pushed its way out of the vagina.
Yeah.
I practiced that about 30 times yesterday with Stephen. I was going, I'm not going to be able to do it, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to say that.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed?
A little bit. I mean, the baby one's a bit sort of out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't really having that one.
No.
But the crab one.
See, now, what's interesting, I think, is a useful experiment, Carl. I don't know what it's taught you about yourself, but would you say that that's revealed to you a certain thing? I don't know, maybe that you're a bit gullible.
And I'm not in there, and there's people staring in the door.
I mean, you know, what I'm saying is maybe you shouldn't accept or swallow your hook, line and sinker everything you read on the web. You don't think maybe a valuable lesson?
I feel bad because I said to Steve, he won't be annoyed that we conned him, he'd be annoyed that they're actually not true. You'd love that crab thing to be true, wouldn't you?
It wouldn't surprise me if it did happen one day.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
laughing.
And it's in the break, we listen about the crabs, you know, I'm keeping them then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know what you're getting at with the educating Ricky, but you know,
Let's see.
you've got 3 titles.
Yeah.
That I tease you with different stories. You take your pick, and I teach you something. That
Yeah.
did happen.
A little bit of venom. Yeah, go on.
First one is don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
I bet that's bacon related, knowing you.
You've got enough is anus.
Say that again.
Enough is anus.
Enough is enough.
Well,
But it's changed to enough is an anus.
and you've got
Yeah.
you've also got will it be a bloke? Oh no, will it like a bloke or a woman?
What?
Will it like a bloke or a woman?
Will it?
Yeah,
Will it like a bloke or woman?
Wow.
yeah. So there your 3 stories.
Okay.
today.
Sounds exciting.
Okay, well I'll have will it
Well, we're going
like...
to play a record now, Rick, surely.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
and come back with...
Sorry about the crabs and the big baby.
It's a valuable lesson, really.
I'll think of a title for him. Yeah, Oasis. The Hindu Times. Carl just did his little screen test down the lens, and he went to, said, "Just look at the camera." He went, "Right, do you want to know about MTV?" She went, "Well, it might be VH1." He went, "Right, it's in Rockbusters." Then said, "After the break, some Genesis."
I
dear.
watch it.
You didn't tell me she wanted all this. I thought you said, because I said you just bring it in and we'll put it down on some tape and pass that on to her.
Yeah.
So now, I'm doing 2 jobs at once again. This is what I'm saying to you in the week. I'm juggling jobs all the time. I tell you.
Right, come on then.
How much do I get?
He looked straight at the camera and said that.
Right. So, 3 stories. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. Enough is anus. And,
And we'll have that one then.
that one.
Yeah.
Right, well, do you believe in palm reading and stuff?
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, of course we do.
Right, well, there's a fella who, he used to do palm reading.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people, he found that when he went up to him in the street and said, "Do you want your palm reading?" He was like, a lot of them were like, you know, "Oh, I'm a bit ashamed of my nails and stuff because they're a labourer or they're a cleaner or something like that."
I know a lot of labourers are slightly embarrassed by their nails.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
so he found
Look at my bloody hands, Reg.
well,
That's that hod carrying.
Did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that I got picked at school to make tea and serve biscuits to old people because I've got good nails?
No, go on. Is there any more to the story?
Well, that's about it. I mean, we used to do like, I think the head teacher must have been getting something, maybe getting his mum in there for free or something in this old people's home. So he offered the kids at the school, he said, right, all sit at your desk and put your hands on the table. And everyone did. And he walked past mine and he said, not bad, not bad. Yeah. And he said, you've got the afternoon off, you can go and serve biscuits and tea to the old people.
What did you say?
I said, alright then.
Was that? Yeah.
Good afternoon. But anyway, so these...
Yeah, what did you do?
He just sort of walked around and went, you know, do you want bourbons or digest?
I bet you get on with old people, wouldn't you? I'd love to see maybe
Especially the senile ones.
yeah. No, but I'd love to see you on VH1. Just do a link. They just go, you know, they've just played Robert Palmer, right? And it comes to you in a little park, and you just sit next to an old lady. And go, all right? And you go, yeah, not too bad. You go, what do you think of London? Crap, innit? And she goes, yeah, it's awful, innit? And you just have a talk, and you go, all right, well, she doesn't like it. In excess. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think my idea is better. But so what are you going for then? Oh, you've picked one, haven't you? Yeah. So this fella.
So there's palmists going around the streets.
Yeah, he's going round and
randomly trying to give palm readings.
They're losing money, hand over fist.
Yeah.
Right. So they said he's what he's done. He's reading people's bottoms now.
Sorry, whoa. You just, I didn't quite follow that. He was a palm reader, that wasn't making money, so now he's going up to people in the street and saying, can I see your arse?
Basically, yeah.
So from being a palmist to an arsonist.
Well, they just, that's what he does. He said these same sort of lines and that you get on your hand, you get them on your bottom, and he can read them.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a pervert, really, or making up as he goes along.
No, that's it, that was that.
So, sorry, if a man came up to you in the street and said, can I have a look at your arse?
Can I read your arse?
You'd drop your trousers, would you?
No, if you went up to him and they said, oh, I'd rather you didn't because I'm a labourer, I've got bad fingernails.
No, that's why I've seen, that's what a lot of labourers, they're showing their cleavage, you think, but actually they're having their arse read.
Absolutely.
That's that's what it is.
And then, right...
So is that the end of the story?
Yeah. But then because...
That's it. Educating Ricky is there's a bloke who reads arses.
No,
You're
then,
a mentalist.
But no, but
what are you talking about?
But then, do you know, like, now and again I come up with a little jokey line. Thought
Yeah.
I'd make an effort today for VH1 or MTV.
Yeah.
Little line there. Don't worry, it won't last. It might just be a splash in the pan.
Okay.
Phil Collins next.
Yes, let's play some film. Let's play some film.
Oh, this is the best show. I mean, off air, obviously. I'm sure people at home aren't enjoying it as much as we are. But Carl is continuing his, what do they call this? A screen test. Yeah, that was let down by Radiohead. Carl, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I just think it's not right, really, is it? I'm trying to do a job.
Yeah.
Whilst trying to get another job.
Yeah, but a lot of your presenters are on MTV now.
Yeah, but...
All of them have got Zane in their name, but, you know...
Yeah, it's not really right, is it?
Go on.
Right, so,
You better get that idea. Carl Zane Pilkington.
Educating Ricky, will we carry on?
Yeah.
Right, you've got left. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. And, will it like fellas or will it like women?
Well, you said wool before.
Yeah, will it?
Go on then, I'll have wool it.
Right, now this is similar to the one you were talking about before, right? They found out that,
They.
scientists.
Oh, yeah.
I've found out
17th century?
that, like now, 1 in 10 lambs are gay.
1 in 10 rams are gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, wool it. That's how I could get that in. They got a load of gay and straight rams.
Right.
They worked out which were which first. They said, right, that bunch there is a gay bunch.
They looked better, they just had more pride in their appearance.
And the other ones, you know, the straight ones, and then they gave them to this scientist and said, right, go on, do what you got to do. And they took the brain out of all of them.
Just to check.
And they did tests on the brain, and it worked out that they've got something smaller in the brain. The gay ones have got something in the brain that makes it smaller. And they said, right, well, that's probably how it's going to work on males, on like males and females and like humans.
So you took from this that gays have smaller brains than straight people?
No, there's something in the brain.
Right, go on.
So if someone's saying, you know, oh, I'm a gay, or they're not sure or whatever, they will now be able to find out.
So you can go to the doctor and to find out if you're straight or gay.
Is there any gay in my brain? Let's have a look. Do. You've got a little bit of gay in you, yes, a little bit of gay in there. Yes, you've got the, you've got a little bent cell there.
Well, that's why they did it, anyway.
I don't understand how they could differentiate which was straight and which were gay to begin with, before they then gave it to the scientist. Wasn't that what the scientists figured out? How could they tell?
There's one theory that it's genetically determined. There is one. There is a theory that's genetically determined, but I don't think it's as easy as pulling a sheep's brain apart and finding a little pink sort of like blob in there and going, right, we've taken the guy out, now he's going to go and shag some ewes. I don't think it's that straightforward, although homosexuality does occur at a similar sort of rate in animals, I think. Yeah.
So
you knew that, didn't you?
So that's that one. I mean,
I just like the idea of the farmer figuring out which is straight and gay. Well, that one's wearing quite a camp-looking neckerchief.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking maybe he's gay.
Is that? Yeah. I love the fact they can.
That one's a big fan of Sophie Ellis Bextor.
Yeah. They would. They put on ABBA and see which ones dance. That's how they.
Which one? Yeah. Put on like Barbara Streisand and see which ones sing along.
that is rubbish. What did I find out?
What did you say? You just say that is rubbish.
No, I found out other stuff in the week that didn't make the top 3.
Wow. We haven't even had this.
This must be mediocre stuff. This must be really bad.
Yeah. Or it might be dubious. Go on.
There's a woman in Ireland who has been with a fella for 11 years.
Yeah.
She always saying to him, you know, when are we going to get married and that. And he's like, oh, we don't need to. You know, we're happy and that. Do you know, like I am with Suzanne, it's like, there's no point, really. Unless you have a kid, I don't think you need to, do you?
Right.
So, he was like, we'll do it in time and all that. Anyway, he comes home from work one day, says, oh, go on then, we'll get married. She was so shocked, her hair fell out.
Did you get that?
Wow.
So
that's extraordinary.
And what did he say? Oh, I'm not marrying you, Baldy.
Yeah. Well,
she was so shocked her hair fell out.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it just going to the ground.
Yeah. What else?
Right, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Next.
You've also got
It's weird, isn't it, Rick, that the stories that we made up are more plausible than the facts he's actually giving
I think we tried too hard.
That's what he's willing to believe. He's willing to believe that a woman's hair fell out when her husband came out, so let's get married then. Oh, you old romantic.
Well, yeah, then, here's a good one.
Go on then.
Right, in Dubai, this woman went to Dubai for a holiday. And she was over there, and apparently in the markets
Bit by spider?
they sell lizards.
Oh, well.
Right, just like for people to buy. So she buys one, not knowing that you're not really meant to take him out of the country.
Sure.
Puts it in a bag.
Yeah. As you do.
What have you? And then she gets to the airport when she's going home, she's thinking, I can't really leave it in my bag. So she puts it on her head.
Wears head?
Wears it as a hat.
She wore the lizard as a hat?
Yeah. People on the plane were just like, yeah, everything's fine, you know, they're doing the cross checks and that.
Yeah.
Have you got your seatbelt on? Yeah.
There's a woman there with a lizard hat.
Everything's going well. She gets off the plane at Manchester Airport. Lizard sticks its tongue out. The air hostess says, what are you doing with that? She goes, I've had it.
The lizard said, I just found her in Dubai.
They said, I've had this with me all journey, and they said, well, you shouldn't have done, and they took it off her.
Yeah, I think that is true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about that?
Yeah, good, yeah. That educated me. Right, what, any more?
Well, what's that taught you? That's taught you, you know, be careful when smuggling some kind of hat.
Yeah, just say, lizard, keep your tongue in, you twat. Not at the customs officer. Yeah.
And, what else?
Anyone didn't quite make it?
Anything to declare? I've got a lizard on my head.
We've got an old saying one if you want that.
Go on then.
Are these ones that didn't make the list?
These are ones that didn't make it.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I always get more in than I need to, just in case.
Just think if someone's just tuned in now. Is Anders listening? Is
Well, I'll tell you,
Dickie
bizarrely,
Anderson?
I've got an email from Richard Anderson, Dickie Anderson.
Go on.
The Dick Machine, which the big dick. Which no, this is interesting. It's, I mean, I think we're wearing him down. Ricky, I think your show might be improving. Go on. That sense of despair and loneliness I normally feel when listening to your show doesn't seem so bad today.
He's desensitised to it.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
he's given
You're
up.
wearing him down.
Or he's just given up. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you listen to this long enough and your standards will drop.
Let's play a
That's the
tune.
problem.
Let's come back with some more Carl's.
Yeah,
I don't want to use the word facts.
No, it's he's got more screen testing now. The camera's ready for you. Yeah. Feeder, just around Feeder. That's my favourite Feeder track ever. It's bugging me. It's just like a ride track from about
If you move, yeah.
10 or 15 years ago. So if you know, put me out on his reef. Email in. It's just like a ride track from about 1990. And I can't. It's just the beginning. Drive me mental.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah, well, half hour to go. You've done your screen test, reluctantly. I think you had just such the wrong attitude.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? If I've told you before, if things are meant to be, right, they'll happen. That's how
Yeah.
I've got through my life, right? I'm 29 now.
Yeah.
Never
30,
been.
ain't you?
Well, yeah, 30, but the camera's still on. Right, so. And everything I've done in my life, I've never sort of planned it. You know
Is
what
that
I
how
mean?
you stormed through your exams?
Well,
your GCSEs?
look at the school play doing Little Donkey. I wasn't planning that day to do the drums. It just on the night I couldn't help myself.
And you stole the show.
What happened? What do you mean?
When you know when all the kids were playing Little Donkey, I wasn't meant to be doing my drum set in that track. I was only meant to. I think I was doing We Three Kings or something. But when they started doing it, the tune, I couldn't help myself with the drumstick away
Right.
at the drum.
Yeah.
And then when it came on, I was like, oh, and I started doing it, and like the teacher looked over at me, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. But she sort of gave me the nod as if to say, it's all right, carry on, it's sounding good. Then after it, she went, you know, they love that, you can do that again tomorrow night. So I got like an extra part in the play and that.
Yeah.
That wasn't
So
planned.
you were so you were doing the drum part to We Three Kings over Little Donkey.
Yeah.
That's weird. That is like Fatboy Slim or something, isn't it? When they mix up. Or maybe.
You're bashing it up at the age of what, 8?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
And is that when someone was filming it and you could hear your dad on the camcorder going, he looks like a twat?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh.
And that's why I don't want to be on the telly, because I'll always have my dad's sort of echoing voice just saying, he shouldn't be on there, he looks like a, that's it. So that's why I'm a bit sort of nervous about this today.
Really? You think it's sort of quite Freudian in a way, sort of?
Yeah.
You're actually his case for Sarah.
Well, plus I haven't got the look. I'm not pretending, right, that I should be on the telly.
What's wrong with your look for VH1?
It's not right. It's not right.
Jono was on VH1.
Shades of Def Leppard,
Was he?
Yes.
but there's a lovely
So I'm going up against Jono.
No.
song.
So
He's gone now, he's moved on.
They can get away with
yeah, there you go. You see, another one who they gave a chance to,
Yeah.
and then he was like, you know, yeah, I can do that. It's built up, right? They built him up. You can do that as a job, and then they knocked him down, and he probably started eating.
Well, I don't think you can knock Jono down.
He started
Look at
eating!
him now. Right, so that's what I'm saying. So if it's meant to be, right, whoever's going to watch this tape, you know, thanks for the offer and that, but, you know, time will tell.
Very wise.
So there you go. And I tell you what, actually, right, it's a bit funny because we're looking on the web in a week at different sayings, and do you know the saying?
A round head does not an MTV presenter make.
Yeah, no. What's that saying? Spark in the pan or something?
Hey? Flash in the pan?
Flash in the pan?
Yeah.
You know that saying?
Yeah.
That's a bit like what could happen to me, innit? Do you know what I mean? There I am trying to do my normal job, right? And then you bring me in here on a Saturday, next thing everyone's after me.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work out, and I'm dropped. And that saying flash in a pan, do you know how it came about?
No.
Do you know like how years ago they used to dig for gold?
Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had like a little pan,
Yeah.
and they'd put the soil in, and they'd rub the soil.
Yeah, and it's shone in the
Now
sun.
and again it shone in the sun, and they got all excited, and they're like, oh brilliant, some gold. And then they realised it was just the sun flashing in the pan. And that's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, that's a bit weird how I saw that saying in the week. Almost like a little thing saying, don't be getting carried away.
Omen.
So, well, makes you wonder. But anyway.
Not really.
So, things that make you wonder, you saw Darren Brown, what did he do?
Oh, no,
extraordinary.
yeah, I told him, but I said,
You should pick. A lot of people don't realise who Darren Brown is, and he's, I think, the best illusionist in the country.
we went to, Jonathan Ross's house, for his birthday.
I didn't.
No, me and Jane, and we went there, right, and there was lots of people there, and, Darren Brown was there, and Jonathan got Darren Brown tricks, and it was incredible, he did all these tricks, right, I mean, incredible, it was just amazing, and he did one, with a bloke who was there, a friend of Jonathan's, I think his name was, Ray, and, he got him to give the pack, he said, count the cards, and he counted out 52 cards, yeah, he went, think of any card in that pack, he hadn't touched it yet, he's counted 52, it was in his hand, he said, think of any card, he said, what was it, he said, 3 of spades or something, he went, find it in the pack, couldn't find it, he said, count the cards, there was 51.
The problem was it took me.
Right, and he couldn't find the card, and he had no idea, and we forgot about it, he went, oh, it's gone wrong, and he forgot about it, and he kept, so he was going, I wonder where that card is, and he kept looking at it, and he went, I found out that about a week ago, Ray went into hospital with appendicitis, yeah, and the surgeon, so there was some crumpled up, there was a thing, and it was the card that was in his thing causing appendicitis, and when he came out of surgery, there was a card from Darren Brown saying, was that your card?
Yeah, he turns away, you get a bit closer, they go, what's he
That's
doing?
amazing, don't you think?
Takes the call.
I mean, that's like
This
incredible.
little thing and what, and then a crab went, I know what it is, it's a 5 of spades. It's another wind-up. Yeah, well, see, I'm not going to believe anything anymore.
That's
so if I ever...
You've learned a lesson!
Yeah, but say if all this goes wrong now, right? Cry wolf and all that.
Yeah.
Imagine I get dropped by MTV.
You haven't been asked yet?
Yeah, well, whatever. Right, they short on firemen because they're always going on strike. I answer the phone, it's you saying the house is on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about now, Carl. I don't know what he's talking about now.
I think somewhere along the line there, Carl has been recruited by the fire brigade.
Did you leave that bit out in the story? Start again.
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying.
because I just wound you up about crabs, babies pushing their way out of vaginas, and Darren Brown causing offence. Right, yeah.
Little, what's the saying about,
Little acorns don't gather any grounds.
Crying wolf.
You can take a fish to water and you can't make it swim.
Do you know that saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Do you know why?
Because its neck's too long.
What?
It's got an awkward neck. I don't know.
That's correct. That is correct.
Right, anyway, we've still got to come.
Right,
It's been bad today. I'm going to apologise to people listening today because
Your mind's not
I haven't been
focused,
focused.
Do you know? Have you heard the thing that Rolling Stone gathers no moss? You aware of that?
Yeah.
Do you know where that's from?
What was up with it?
During
Where it's from?
in Woodstock, right? The band used to go out and get this sort of like moss that used to grow there, and it was sort of like slightly hallucinogenic, right? And they used to come back, and they used to all go out. Everyone was out there. Mamas and papas were doing it. The Doors, they all came back. But Mick Jagger and Keith Richards would never do it. But they'd smoke other people's.
Yeah.
A Rolling Stone never gathers his own moss. That was what it was. Seriously, Carl!
Right,
That's
so
the
we've
truth!
still got to come. Rockbusters.
Have you heard the saying, "A fish in time saves 9"?
The clues were.
Have you heard that?
That'll never get off the ground. LZ. You've got.
If you heard that saying, out of the frying pan into the saucepan.
You've also got. I'm trying to hold it together now.
Well, yeah. No, we're trying to teach you something, Carl.
Yeah, but you're not.
Why?
Because at least my stuff that I tell you, if you go into a pub and told someone.
What? There was a blind girl. She hit her head. She could see. What's that?
Recording you as well. What do you
Well,
mean
just
about
don't
tell
get
them?
down if your eyes are
You
bad.
said that to me. You said that on the microphone. You just
Right, we've.
No, go round headbutting
Play
things.
the song.
Oh, Carl, come on.
The Undertones, Teenage Kicks, that's one of the tracks on the Best Air Guitar Album in the World Ever, Volume 2, which is one of the prizes on today's Rockbusters.
And John Peel's favourite track
John
ever.
Peel's favourite song of all time. And so, Carl, have you got the answers for Rockbusters this week?
Yeah, we have, yeah. We've got, the first clue.
You're upset, Carl.
Miserable.
I'm a bit fed up today. The weather's. I knew when I was walking in today, though, that I'd be
But that
down.
video, there's lots of weather on that video, so they can, whoever wins this can go and see sort of the weather you were talking about.
The first one was That'll Never Get Off the Ground. LZ.
Yeah,
The answer there was Led Zeppelin.
so easy.
Yeah, but I said that to you. There's always two easy ones and a difficult one.
Go on,
The third one was You'll Get a Load of Bacon Off Them.
go on.
That was L. Long Pigs.
My name for this last link.
Yeah. And then the second one
Last link.
was That Woman's Got Her Husband's Gloves and a Pair of Her Own.
Yeah,
HH.
yeah.
Yeah. That was Erman's Hermits. So that's the three answers. I'm sure
Well, I'd
we've
like
got a
to
winner.
give the prize this week.
Man's hermits.
There's a lot of...
That is genius, Carl. That is genius. Oh, Herman's hermit.
So,
So many people who are worthy of the prizes, obviously. I'd quite like to give the prize this week to Tom McGibbon. Just because I like his name. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but Tom McGibbon.
Yeah.
I'd like to give that to
No,
him.
you shouldn't laugh at
Because he
someone's
lives
name.
in, he also lives in Bloxhall Road. I don't know why I find that. Tom McGibbon of Bloxhall Road. I don't know why.
Well, you've made a mockery of, made a monkey out of the man.
For old Gibbo.
Yeah.
and he's asking that he's got a question there.
What?
Can Carl get rid of slugs? I don't know what that means. I'm almost certain he can. So well done to
If he'd been listening, if he was listening a few months ago, he would have known how to.
Go on.
Because I told you what slugs like.
What?
Getting in letterboxes.
How does that get rid of them?
Put some stamps in your garden.
It wasn't as good as intended.
They like, they like stamp glue. So,
Yeah,
that's
and
what
how
they
did
are.
how does that get rid of them? They'd keep coming back, won't they? Then he goes, I can't believe it, we'd have to climb those boxes now. There's a fella leaving stamps
Just
out
give it
for
a go,
us.
you've won some prizes and I've sorted you something
No,
out.
how does that get rid of slugs? Leaving stamps out for them, their favourite food.
Because
It's like plant a load of lettuces, they love that.
well, it depends where he's got them. I thought he meant he's got them in his house.
It was short for
So,
Oh, to put stamps on the outside, they go, there's loads of stamps out here, lads, let's leave this house.
right, so
Let's get out of this house.
we've got one more.
Go on.
Educating Ricky to.
Go on and quick then, and I need educating.
Right. Don't rub it too hard. You'll get a rasher.
How was he going to outwit Darren Brown? You said something in the break.
Oh, I have to say, yeah, Darren Brown, who we bumped into as well, and he did this incredible trick where he puts £40 down on the table. He says, I can tell you which hand you've got a £1 coin in. Let's say 5 times out of 5, you know, so I have a £1 coin in one hand, I put it behind my back, I bring my hands out, and he can tell me every single time which hand it's in by asking questions, by doing various
Well, he
things.
doesn't ask, but he just goes, no, you might have done it in that one, you might do the same again, but then you're an intelligent person, you're praying up with it, he goes, so it's in that one, and he does it every time,
He gets it every time.
incredible.
It's absolutely majestic. And I mentioned this to Carl.
Yeah.
And, well, Carl, you tell me how you think you could outwit Darren Brown. Because your dad used to do this trick, you told me.
My dad used to play this.
How old were you?
Don't know, probably about 10.
So you probably weren't as sharp as you were now then.
So he used to play it, and the way of telling what hand he's got it in, his hand looks bigger. So that's all you've got to do.
That's how he did it there! That's
So
how
to catch Darren out, to catch
It was a bit
Darren out,
different because he did it with golf balls, but a
but to
pound.
catch Darren out, Carl told me, Rick,
He did it with a spud!
to catch Darren out, the hand which hasn't got the coin in, just make it slightly bigger. Just make it, like, extend it slightly, so it's slightly larger, and that'll catch Darren out. You'll never be able to stop
That's
that.
how he did it.
Or just put a pound in each hand
Okay.
and line him up. Just go, no, you're wrong.
You are brilliant, Carl.
Yeah.
Do this one.
Did your dad used to do the one where he takes your nose off of your face and puts it between his fingers?
Did you keep going to the doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Right,
You know how that's done? You know he's not actually taking your nose
This is
off.
thumb. Go
It
on.
is his thumb.
last one.
Yeah.
Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. It's been a mess today.
What do you mean it's been a mess?
It's been a mess.
What has?
This.
What? The show?
Yeah.
How has it been any worse?
It's just all over the place. There's no sort of, it's not tight like it normally is. And she'll be going away with this, thinking that's what the show would be like.
She listens
on
to the show.
MTV.
She knows it's a shambles every week. Go on.
No. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
Yeah.
Do you know the saying, ham it up?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Right, well, do you know what it means?
Well, it means to overact.
Right. Well, years ago, with actors in musicals and stuff, the actors used to look pretty ill on the stage because they didn't have proper makeup and that.
Right.
Right. So what they used to do to make themselves look
Rub their face in pigs?
well, they got bacon, rubbed it on the face, and it made the face a bit sticky because of all the the pig fat and bit of lard and stuff like that. And then they'd go and get some bricks. Yeah, house bricks, rub them together, make some sort of red dust from the brick, and then put the dust on the face. And the fat and the lard and that would make the dust stick to the face. And they'd look well under the lights. And that's where the
They'd
saying...
smell great as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
lovely. Everyone likes to smell of bacon.
no, but, so that's the old, ham it up, that's where
like
that
that.
comes from.
you know, if it's true, I've no reason to think that it's not.
So that's your third educating Ricky today. So, what have you learned?
Nothing. Absolutely sod all.
You've got your hamming it up. Rams are gay. They know which ones are gay now.
Now!
And
At last,
the
thank God.
fella who can hand read an arse.
If you missed the rest of the show, what are you going to make of that? If you've just tuned in.
You are a maniac, Carl.
So-
And you've had your screen test. I reckon we'll be seeing you on MTV or VH1 in the near future.
How much is it? How much? I mean, she can't answer. What do you reckon I'll get? Because you see, the annoying thing is, I've just bought a flat in London,
Yeah,
in central London.
yeah,
MTV's in Camden.
yeah.
I wouldn't have bought in central London if I'd have known I'd had to go there. That was to make my life easier so I could walk to work. So now I've got to go out of my way. So I need to cover that.
To be truthful, I'm not sure that the MTV gig is a certainty. Yeah.
She's pretending she's not sure, but she can't wait to sign me up.
Yeah.
I reckon maybe start off with a few little interstitials, just like, you know, what do you think make of that? Or Carl says, and, you know, a few of them. I reckon you'll make a, you know, few grand.
Why has it got to be music? Why can't it be? I think that idea on the animals is good. I can do film stuff. I can talk about films. Elephant Man. Love that.
Go on then, do a film review, quickly.
Right, well today on film review we're doing classic films, and today we're looking at Elephant Man, John Merrick, one of his better pieces of work. It's a sad film. I've never really been able to watch it all the way through.
Sorry, John Merrick's better piece of work was him being the Elephant Man, played by John Hurt.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Sad film. When I was younger.
Tell us a bit about it. What is it about? Who's
It's
John
about a
Merrick?
fella. It's about
Yeah,
a fella who's got a funny head.
Right, tell us this.
And you know, he lives in I think he lives in London in like about the 1930s or something like that, and he's being picked on all the time and stuff. And first time you watch it you'll probably cry a bit, and then the second time you watch it you're just sort of thinking, God, that would be bad, sort of having a head like that being picked on all the time. And the third time you watch it you might think, you know, oh, how does he get his jumper on? Then, don't know, probably